not bad.
But I do think Heretics have really stepped up. I mean, we already kind of talked about it, and I think a lot of that does go down to that bottom side of the map. Ice has been playing
G2 versus
spectacular.
Heretics.
Like, it is a joy to see what this man has been able to achieve coming onto this roster, and I think that's where a huge amount of the focus will be coming through from G2 in trying to keep Ice in check, because if you don't, he's more than willing to take over a game.
Yeah, winning 4 of their last 5. Heretics on a bit of a tear. Their loss before that, though, was to G2. So it's one of their most recent losses for them in LEC versus. We are going to get into picks and bans. Heretics on that blue side are going to remove the Azir to kick us off. And on the red side, G2 will get rid of Varus.
So nothing too surprising here. Caps' Azir is something that many teams fear. The question is, do they want to get rid of the Orianna as well? How much focus is going to go towards that man in the mid lane? Because the reality is, as the desk was talking about, through the inconsistencies of G2, Caps is still Caps. He has been one of, if not the best performing player from the regular season.
I am also curious what happens with things like the Jarvan. It's become one of our standard bans coming through because it does, you know, interrupt things like the Orianna or the Talia that you want to try and play in that mid lane. So I'm curious if G2 try to ban it away, or if we end up seeing that kind of early rotation here from Heretics. Could be an option.
Heretics have leaned a little bit more towards the Mundo in the jungle for Sher. He's played that. It's actually the only champion he's played more than once through LEC versus. So we'll see if they decide to go that. They have got themselves that first pick. We'll remove the Nico as their final ban. And G2 with the Varus and the Rumble bans, nothing too surprising here as of yet.
Yeah, Inks.
I mean, yesterday's series, we didn't see a huge priority on the Nico bans. It's G2 to actually take the Orianna away. Looks like Talia naturally rises in priority, so that potential for the Talia Jarvan that you were talking about. But there is the Mundo that you discussed as well, Medic. I feel like many teams have recognized the Mundo just feels like a very strong champion in the jungle. I believe it did lose yesterday, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still a very powerful champ.
Yeah, Mundo really good, especially in Teemo decks. His might is increased by the amount of cards in your trash.
Where's V6 briefing my announcement?
Because, like, to me, this said that they feel like they're trying to bait for something like a Rise here for Saren, because you know the Caps wants to try and take an Anivia into that matchup. So it could be where you're looking at, well, looks like maybe Vi and now Talia to try and take in towards that mid lane. Now that you already see that the Mundo's taken away, because as I was saying, that Jarvan kind of puts some pressure on towards the mid lane champion pool, but with both junglers in theory taken, you should now be fine.
I mean, while we do expect this to go into Sher's hands, let's not forget the flexibility of the Mundo as well. One of its biggest assets of what we've been seeing more in the meta is utilizing these jungle flex picks.
Right now.
It was a big conversation yesterday, especially coming through from Na'Vi and Vitality. But now, with the Rise locked in for G2, this does mean that Seren can bring out his Cassio once again. He's already showcased it once this split, and it is a very good matchup into the Rise as well.
Currently, Heretics taking their time about deciding if they want their Cassio immediately. The Rise for Caps, 65% win rate on it all time, just a little bit above his 64.8% win rate through his career. There's the Anivia lock for Heretics.
I'll do it as soon as they pick the final champ.
With the Anivia, you kind of want more short-range champions, and like things like the Aphelios that try and
play into silence.
Yunara has some range and also that dash, which kind of make her a little bit worse, but I think you kind of have to take the Corki.
I mean, if
and then you G2
just answer Caitlyn now on 3, their comp is actually good now, because Heretics comp is full short range.
Heretics going to look towards putting ice on something he is
and anti-engage.
I
would still go Caitlyn.
It is the first Anivia
Please go Caitlyn.
For Seren that I can find, so he has been learning some new tricks across the course of that last.
Oh, G2, yeah, they're gonna put you on the stream.
G2 likely to go towards their AD carry here to make sure.
Please go Caitlyn. Hassan is actually good on Caitlyn.
As you say, Rob, that could be really powerful for.
No.
For G2, looks like they're gonna go for the Bard. I mean,
I don't like
Bard
that.
is exceptional into low mobility carries.
Yeah.
His
I don't like Bard
lines.
fantastic tool at
locking them down, and I feel like
Bard line on
pros
game
over
1
the last 2
is,
years have. I mean, I'll
it
say
feels wrong.
Carrier, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But ultimately, I think that he has been a fantastic demonstration of what the champion can
They're
do.
playing against two champs with no dash,
so good at utilizing the flexibility of the champions to create ganks, disengage from fights, save teammates, create initiations. Overall, a very versatile champ. that also you can now ban away some of the difficult
I was wondering if they ban Caitlyn Astral or AD carry does on some pick.
Like trying to get out of that ultimate in the temporal phase.
But I don't think they will invest to AD carry bans. I feel like they will split
now that the
bans.
Aphelios has been taken, you still
Yeah,
have too many
there's
options in the AD carry role where you can take Yunara, you can take a Jinx. There's not really any backline threat for something like a Jinx in this scenario as well. So I think it's now, as you can see, going to be more of a focus away from that bottom side of the map and kind of just saying, look, you're going to be fine for whatever hand Sama wants to take there. So let's
Rises of Flex only if the Team Heretics put something like Rumble top or Sahin top.
Nautilus, the next band for G2, another
this type of champs you can put Rise top
trying to get rid of some of the safety that Hans Sama could have in the bot lane.
I wonder if Heretics is thinking about scaling, doubling down even more, going for something like the Lulu, and just playing a little bit more of a range versus range bot side matchup, or whether they feel they need more engaged. Blitzcrank could be something that they consider. Not the strongest combo when paired with Aphelios, but something that can catch targets like the Bard out.
You're not picking that either.
Though, hovering a few AD carry options.
If they go for the Kalista, they're really looking for, well, they're still looking for a pushing lane if they go towards
wow,
the
who could have
guessed?
guessed?
Sure that,
no way!
Then do not have an easy time down towards that bottom side. Should be able to get pushed early. And you talked about the Lulu. I wonder if Sten might look towards something like the Karma here, just to try and get some counter.
Yeah, that was my thought as well. I think Karma would be
Leona.
No,
that's a Thresh.
Movement speed
oh,
as well,
Thresh is banned.
some of the things like the tempered phase. And just making sure
actually don't know what support
is
they should pick.
safer.
Karma.
Also, the Kennen ban says to me that maybe they're looking at something like a Renekton
Karma
on that top side, just to try and make things a little bit easier. But no, they're just going full scaling. All they want is that big beefy front line.
Went full scaling and didn't pick the Cassio. It's kind of a flavor fail there. All around by Heretics, but I do like the Sion in the top lane, as you say. Just looking to scale, gives you good follow-up engage as well as the Mundo tries to step forward. The Sion goes in with the unstoppable onslaught.
If they pick Blitzcrank, what's gonna happen is they're gonna hook in lane, and then they won't have damage to kill, and then they're gonna lose prio too.
To not have to stand still.
Ooh.
Sten goes Pike into this.
That's spicy, but also Pike in pro play is
I like
not
hook
that great.
champions into Bard. I think that it gives you a lot more threat in lane. But into a Caitlyn lane, I think is quite ambitious. The Gwen
Gwen against Mundo
Sion
Sion.
Through the top lane. A good scaling matchup.
My biggest nightmare when I was playing Shogun AD carry was Gwen, facing Gwen, or like giving Gwen angles.
Both Ryze and Gwen can basically
so it's kind of Exodia here.
5v5s, which is very much what Heretics are going to be looking for. A very stock standard.
I don't get the cannon ban. You have a disengage.
That's likely going to be looking to leverage those dragons and neutral objectives to force fights against G2.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried for Heretics in the early stages. Like, you lose top push, you lose bot side
no disengage comp into Ryze 5, then you give them Caitlyn,
windows to help on this bottom side of the map are going to be
and the best tank shredder in top lane possible.
Doesn't really bring anything when it comes to these ganks as well. So I think the most dangerous version of G2
yeah, that's
is
a
when
G2 win. I think
G2
already won first game.
Like that's exactly what we're seeing here on G2.
Not seeing it. Okay, I'm doing a 1 minute ad quick, so there's nothing game.
Continue their run through playoffs. Last year didn't miss a single finals. Here, the first step on that road
Pike
is
carried an MSI 7 years ago. True.
In the past, last year we saw them losing 3-1 to Vitality, getting knocked out of the summer playoffs. Before that, their highest placing.
I mean, I have enough subs that everyone here could be subbed right now. Ah, thank you, Flamingo, for the prime. Enjoy an ad-free experience.
Their fine run of form at the end of the switch can continue going into playoffs, but it is a
imagine mighty Westward and they may treat the Ryze again with what's a combo over?
Yeah, I mean, you don't normally expect to see G2 coming in as the 7th seed, but as you both have highlighted, it's been a very inconsistent regular season for G2. They kind of needed that win against Fnatic to lock themselves a spot.
Look, I'm a doubter
and so
sometimes,
now that they're here, we'll see.
But when G2 gets playable drafts, they don't lose. They've just not had so good drafts, right? Let's be honest here. And now, I think their draft is good.
In the meta right now, top lane often left on
yeah, there's no
especially I think Broken Blade's going to be pretty happy with that as well. He just wants to sit back, scale.
Capsule get a Hall of Legends against here. I hope not, because I will have to buy it, and I don't want to buy it.
Option to go for that early crab, take that, and then kind of have that advantage already going on towards.
I need to find the pay pick by then.
So the potential here to try and
I need
double crab is actually there for G2.
can use those pushing lanes to really allow
You have
yourself an
Giga
easier route through
RP.
the jungle.
Yes,
Skumon
I
will be
have
spotted
Giga
on a ward
RP
as he goes
on this
over to his
account in
Razor
Korea.
Beaks. I don't believe Sheo's been spotted anywhere,
If
but
it's the right
the
account,
expectation
that's
is
gonna
that
be
you'll just try and
disabled
power farm
when I
Mundo
live.
so quick on his first clear. You can see already almost a full camp ahead of Skumon on this pick. And Sheo's had a really good time on this as well. Only lost one of the 4 games that he brought it out in
Gift it
yourself.
You can't actually check if it works to gift people, and it tells you you have too much RP to gift.
I was gonna say, if you looked outside, it's definitely still winter.
Yeah. One of my favorite German
Majority on
expressions
screen?
is
What?
Schnee
Really?
von gestern, which
I
means
missed
that is
it.
yesterday's snow or like yesterday's news, but it's Schnee von every tag at the moment. It's every day it's just snow.
On every tag.
Alles Tag or whatever. I don't know. I don't speak German, guys. I don't know why I brought it up. Let's get back into League of Legends. As Rob said, as we were building up to this match, it's been a pretty one-sided story. As Serin is going to lose the AK. Caps with the Ghost looking for a little bit more damage as he goes in. But won't be able to take out that Anivia. Does burn the passive for now.
This message.
Pretty one-sided for Caps in the mid lane as it
Wait,
has been
what?
one-sided for G2.
Oh my god, can someone go back in the VOD and send me a timestamp?
Yeah, I mean,
Or like send a
Heretics
screenshot of
has not been
it,
able to
because
find that victory against G2, and
I can't close the stream.
they're looking to try and challenge that today. They've come with this composition as they fight for the Slide Crab, but he does secure the smite. And that mid lane death is one of those weird ones where you could even argue that it was tactical in a sense, just because you get all of your HP back
us.
after
Yeah, we
taking
matter. Oh my
forces
god,
as
we
well, the guys go back
matter.
to base. And the wave is now in a really good spot for the Anivia, getting an early tier, so going to be pretty happy with that. Now, I will say,
they're monitoring the chat. I guess
so.
so.
Does have smite and Broken Blades
I mean, if I don't,
I think Sheo and Serin should just back away, and it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Sheo smites on half the way before it's
surely they don't give us
Skumon will get it, crystallize down. Skumon takes a bit of damage in response. The root coming out is the flash forward from Sheo, looking for more damage onto Skumon here, who does have a flash and will use it over the wall. Escapes with a cleaver, still clipping his back.
Yeah, it looked like Serin wasn't ready for the play from Sheo there. But
okay, well, guys, you have to make the most NPC comments ever.
But not really any follow-up there.
Because that's the ones they show.
You
have to say, let's go, Hansama! You have to write, wow, I love G2! Or, stand pike! Exclamation mark!
To the other side of that portal just in time.
Hello, LEC! Those type of comments.
With the home guard stand. Still looking here, goes for a dive forward. Bone Skewer doesn't connect onto Hansama, who can just walk away.
Trading happening
mid gap. Caps is gonna carry. Let's go Heretics.
I will note, Anivia builds recently from Caps specifically. He likes to do things like the Rod of Ages and to immediately start building damage. He prefers to have that Anivia online earlier. By going for the tier into the rower, you delay your damage quite significantly, but naturally it does give you better scaling, a little bit more defensiveness as well, because you do get that.
Oh, but I can't look
so
at clips.
Because as you mentioned in the draft,
I can't view clips in Korea.
This composition, they really want to slow the game down. They want to inhibit what you can do in the early game. So far, the laning phase is pretty even across the boards, but ultimately, that's the kind of game state that Heretics is looking
coincidence, I think.
Flash frost there from the Anivia.
A rather calm game. Yeah, they've just been doing stare-offs.
To normality, as it's a small lead for G2 in the early game. Broken Blade leading in the top lane. No real surprises there. Gwen into the Sion is a favourable matchup for the Gwen, and then Caps with a small lead in mid from the plate that he's collected.
Both junglers just have done the trick to get your smite upgraded as well, where they've reset a little late to get your one upgrade, and then they're going to take your camp for Skumon. Sheo just held on, but with Sheo going for this later reset,
I don't feel like Heretics should get away with a first rake. Not when you have Ryze, Caitlyn, Bard, both sides.
Effectively, we're doing percentage HP damage, means it's pretty easy for him to chunk away at it, but Caps has 6 in the realm.
Yeah, they're not just gonna give this.
His ult as well. Stan going in the realm, walk behind as Ice looks for the damage. Once again, a match for Jenny, she gets into safety. Stan looking for it, Caps goes in with the Rune Prison, the overload. Can't quite get the damage, but in the end he catches out the Ghost Water dive
thank God.
from that pike. Caps with the first blood of the series.
Nice play from G2 as they look for a little bit more ice, so I think he has the distance.
Voltbreaker coming out, Hansama flashing
This
forward, looks for the build over Peacemaker and finds his man. Headshot from Hans.
Nice,
Gives G2 2 on the board.
I wasn't expecting them to get that second one, but Lebrov with some fancy moves. It looked like that he was dead to rights, but just at the right time, he was able to get the portal down and escape to safety. This forced Team Heretics to overextend for that kill and put them in a tricky situation.
Yeah, and it was just a great move from Caps here. Ends up rotating off of that mid wave.
Nice aggressive
Easily
picks.
realm warping into the position.
Yeah, when this is illegal,
Heretics.
Heretics.
So it stands now gone. Ice wants to try and take
Try
the
and
fight
go for the straight.
It's
like they were just hoping that G2 would not contest it for some reason.
It's 4 versus 1. The lad doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, I mean, good spot out as well on that Caps realm warp, just because you can see how quickly Heretics just split apart. The fight became so divided, and just like that, G2 find themselves 2 early kills. No dragons secured just yet.
Like Anivian
I
is
expect that to be the objective that both teams will be setting.
It's a bit more time to actually get counter.
700 gold ahead as Broken Blade using the needlework forces Trace into flash away. And G2 now with that advantage on the bot side. The BF
is also stronger
is already complete for the Kate. It's going to be so much easier to get the pressure in this lane. Do need to be a tiny bit cautious because you don't have your flashes, and a good bone skewer into Phantom Undertow could cause you to go swimming with the fishes.
It's just kills as well.
Assuming G2 plays safely, they have a large advantage now.
This is what we were talking about though with the drafts, like giving G2 pushing lanes where they can rotate around the map, especially with
all
Caps,
early drakes.
is always going to be
or
one
at least first 2 drakes.
Heretics are kind of giving them that window when they're taking fights like this. So now you're in a position with Skumon on the bottom side. Sheo could try and go for cross map and look for those Void Grubs, but G2 should be able to start stacking these dragons now with the position that they're in.
I'll also say Void Grubs not as effective when you don't have pushing lanes.
Yeah.
It's like, you really want to be playing around these dragons, you want to be building towards team fights, because that's where Heretics composition really comes online. If you're getting the grubs and you haven't hit a tower, it doesn't really matter. Only mid lane tower has taken a plate. There's a ward here on Sheo and Stend as they look for Lebrov and Hans Summer. Control ward in the bush, keeping Lebrov safe as houses. Ice is going to move up. Lebrov doesn't have that flash, but does have the magical journey. Dragging down to 3,000 as Skumon continues to punch first and ask questions later. Sheo stepping forward now.
It's going to be a flip, a 50-50 flip.
Temper Fate connects on Ice. Sheo steals away the Drake. Sheo using that ultimate, the flash season assist going on to Ice. He's been left to the walls. G2 will take the kill, even if they lose the Drake.
G2 collapse well, and Heretics, they try to take the fight, but they're already behind. And with Lebrov hitting the nice Tempered Fate, sets up easily for the G2 play.
I do wonder if Heretics overall still feel quite happy about this though, because by denying the first Drake, it gives them time. Remember that this composition wants to scale, and if G2's able to stack the dragons, it puts more pressure onto Heretics.
Oh, Stend, why are you backing here? Why are you backing here? A Cosmic Binding. Stend will be able to dash across the wall, but the chase comes out from Skumon. That was foolhardy to say the least from Stend.
No vision, no information. He gives over another kill. And now
this is Heretics comms right now.
It's
okay, guys, we're getting the objectives.
And that's my biggest worry, is just 1,000 gold lead coming out of this bottom side. You still are only going to accelerate that even further with more of
gold lead
being available on this bot end.
Oh, yeah.
And sure, you got a dragon, but I still think Caitlyn going to be very happy with the position they're in to just continue racking up more and more of this gold.
Yeah, I mean, that's the trade-off, right? On the one hand, just sitting there saying, hey, we got a dragon, we can potentially stall things out. We don't have to fight them for the next one or even the third one. But, like, okay, what are you going to do about the killing right now? Because that Caitlyn sees your towers as pin cushions that she very much wants to take out. So, in a fantastic position, Hansam's going to return to the bot lane with a 900 gold lead.
Be right, eyes on their losing.
First completed item. And yeah, I mean, G2 now just need to leverage this early game lead that they've built. 2.3k the advantage. And this is not even factoring in Broken Blade building his own lead.
If I write in my own chat, I get highlighted.
550 gold lead in the top lane. Very much what we expected from the Sion versus Gwen matchup. But he's going to continue to ramp up. So it's not like G2 don't have scaling options of their own. They want to be playing this 1-3-1 style and trying to play the whole map.
For Heretics, about 2.5k down, something they didn't really experience too much in the latter half of the regular season. They were actually in prime position in a lot of their games. In the last 2 weeks, they managed to go 4-1. As we see the ace in the hole coming down onto Ice. Had gold leads at 14, high grub percentage, high herald percentage. Here, they have been able to pick up those first 3 grubs and the Drake because of that Sheo steal, but in terms of gold lead, it is not looking too sprightly.
And I think a lot of that was because we saw Heretics, finding windows to play around this bottom side, getting Ice into a position where he could be the carry. And I think that's kind of the idea with this composition as well, is, hey, we're going to have you on Aphelios, a very good champion for Ice, and have you scale into the later portion of the game. But I think what's missing is those same tools from Heretics to try and enable plays around this bottom side, or even like the likes of the Orianna that we've seen paired with this Mundo so frequently for Heretics. That kind of sets up for these flash plays with Sheo at Dragons.
I also think that, I mean, this is a bit of just me speculating more than anything, but it feels like in best of ones, scaling just has an inherent advantage because people understand that a loss holds more weight. But in the best of threes, I feel like, especially the good teams, are a little bit more willing to take those risks and trust that if things go wrong, there are ways in the series for you to come back. And so this constant scaling approach, I don't think is as reliable, at least in the LEC, just because teams are willing to be more aggressive and take more risks. And so far for G2, a lot of the skirmishes, a lot of this aggression is paying off.
And I think, well, I was just going to agree with you, Betty. Like, the reason we're seeing this pay off for G2 is because they're going, hey, we have a pushing lane, let's make plays.
Oh, ice clipped by the tip of fate. A snap trap underneath his feet, immediately uses the Moonlight Vigil with the 7 to try and heal himself
never
up,
mind.
It is enough. Good rotation of the guns with the round warp coming in. Ice now needs to dodge the ace in the hole. Caps going forward, doesn't tank the tower. Labrov does instead, takes a couple of tower shots. Hansama gets the headshot for the shutdown.
Mid
Caps
gap.
will get another 6-0 now, G2.
Great roll from Caps to
Mid
help out
gap.
on the play, making sure they're able
Caps
to solidify
so
the
good.
kills, more plates, and you've even got Steamon covering that mid push as well, so
Thank you,
they don't
9 pots.
overall lose out too much on the play.
This is classic old school Caps, the man that spent very little time in mid lane and more time roaming around the map. He gets a nice round warp in. You can see he pushes in that mid wave, moves into the fog of war. There is that ward that's supposed to spot him, but I don't actually think it sees him move into the... I mean, they even ping it out, so he's able to sidestep it. Heretics take that chunk of damage and just overall great coordination between both the bot lane and mid lane to say, hey, I'm going to chunk Ice down, even if he lives. You've got the ulti, right?
I need to get attention from my sister.
They get 2 kills.
Also, nice use of the ghost.
I need to be in our favorite chat highlights, you know.
Get the root and still step out of tower range before Sten is able to CC him. So just really overall nicely played by Caps.
And now with the role quests done, this Caitlyn is unlocked on the map. Hansama's moving over towards mid lane. Ice yet to complete that. I imagine he will be done relatively soon, but that small advantage that Hans has, he can quickly accelerate this to the rest of the map.
G2 playing really well through their bot side so far in the game. Heretics unlikely to pressure for this Drake. I say that as Sheo steps straight into the face of
Capsy, they're just showing
loses
them.
passive, goes where he pleases, means that he will be CC'd next
You're
time.
not hearing enough.
You're not ticking on him. Meanwhile, Ice is not moving from the
I
mid
saw
lane.
the screenshot
Drake's
now. I like that they showed the
poking and prodding and putting their nose where G2 don't want it to be.
yeah.
BB moved to mid to keep
sub
that wave
badge.
pushed in,
That's a 75
and Tracer will
IQ.
just ult his way back towards top to get the wave under town.
I think you're seeing one of the biggest strengths of Mundo is his ability to just not care.
Yeah.
He will quite happily walk into space that
You were there now? What? I missed it again. Oh my god, I was answering in the Discord.
But he couldn't quite get enough space because
yeah, Alice are on
Aphelios
to us
does not
today.
feel strong enough to
Let's
take that
behave,
fight.
guys.
And so while Heretics postured quite well and he put some decent pressure
Behave.
down onto G2, ultimately it is still a dragon secured for G2.
Yeah, and I think you're kind of seeing G2 fall back into old habits that were
Well,
good for
G2
them,
should
which is
have
just
first to
how
breaks
you
if
use
it
your
didn't.
waves to get into positions that
let
make it
it be a
untenable
fleet.
for Heretics to really do much. Broken Blade pushed top, went to cover mid, fought against the Aphelios, and the Aphelios were like, well, now I can't actually roam, so it's 3 versus 4 on Dragon. Good luck, lads. And I think this is where, again, G2 are just so good.
Sheo's going to try and chase down Caps here. There's the Heartsteel prop, nice clonk.
I think that's a kill, yes, no. Oh, never mind.
Never
Never yes. Labro, that's not Labro. Stand is gonna clean up. This is gonna be the pike value.
The Bob gets the kill, but now Caps in the Glacial Storm will fall. Sten needs to be
Crazy pike
out
value.
here by 7 and will do so with that flash.
He just had to invest everything.
Fancy footwork from Caps in that one to actually get the kill back.
That was closer than I thought.
Labrov coming in just in the
Caps
nick of
was
time.
just gonna die.
Well, yeah, you've got to see this. This model's a little scary.
Yeah, I mean, it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade, but the
Yeah,
gold goes the way of G2. Plate secured in top lane, a Herald is secured as well. Drayson knows that he's on a very difficult,
I'm not gonna blame Stand for wanting
Saren at the
to
very least will
play
get some plates back.
Pike,
He gets a kill and he'll close that.
but I would
goal,
blame
and he'll even gain a
Hedon
gold
for
advantage
allowing him
over
to
Caps,
play
which
Pike.
is very much needed for this Anivia, but mid lane
I think it's a
falling as well,
coach's
so a
job
good skirmish
to make
for
sure their
Heretics.
players
Goes
behave
1-for-1
in
with the goal
draft
difference. I mean, it
and
still
letting
goes the way
them
of
pick
G2.
Yeah, I mean, 2.3k
champions
gold on Hansama
that
now. This Caitlyn is absolutely accelerated.
are
and it's
not
like
gonna
she
win
falls
them the
off
game.
that much in the league
Is
either,
irresponsible.
so I think for G2, This is where you're just going to be focused on how do we try and enable Hansama to be a menace in these fights and keep up this
Everyone,
pressure. With now
it doesn't take a genius
relatively
to
well
know
on
that
mid lane, as
Pike
long as the Infernum gun isn't up for Aphelios, you can start to shift this
takes
pressure into side lanes
very
and then play off of
special
two very strong
prep
solo lanes
practice
as well.
Remind me,
and
Medic, I believe
player
it's,
individually to pull off in
tap
competitive.
deal might equal to her might to a targeted battlefield, I believe is Caitlyn.
Sure.
You're supposed to know this, bro. You're locked in.
Like, you could pick a champ that can do something similar, and this way easier to execute.
Caught up in the tempered fate.
That's
G2
fine.
looking to collapse on a play that was started by Heretics. Cosmic finally not landing the stun, but Seren, even with his egg, is going to get
Yeah, this
chased
was
down. The egg in the middle
Pike did a
of
lot this fight, by
and
the way.
Summer comes across just for the assist, and G2 get another.
I mean, Heretics
almost
should
like
want to
kills there.
avoid fighting at all costs. Their game plan should be cross-mapping,
I don't know, I just hate the
trading
champ so
gold,
much in comp,
avoiding
like.
skirmishes. They're just playing into G2's hand, and G2's like,
But I'm
with
also
pleasure,
projecting.
absolutely. Every skirmish is going their way. 8-1 the kill score.
You get the Herald on the bottom side, Capsu's all the way. Skuma might have overextended.
Because I know
though.
that's
the flash.
like how it is
Back
to
in onto Sheo.
the win teams where players are
Down to
like,
third HP. Sheo
no, you
around
know,
the
I can
same
for
chases
sure
in
pull
from
this
above
off.
on Summer. Sheo trying to walk his way out of this one with a maximum dosage, but he can't
And no one
heal up
says
enough.
no, and then
G2
everyone
now
has to
9
suffer.
and 1 up on the scoreboard.
He put back on his nicest suit before he went down there, and now Cap's still pushing on this bottom side as well. You got push in mid. Like, they keep trying to make plays, but G2 just able to escape.
I mean, it's a situation where you called it out in
If
draft.
G2 somehow wins
Dagda.
this split, I'll never doubt them
G2 have
again in
winning lanes
LEC.
across the board. And if that's the case,
Then all the doubters
they're
will
gonna-
disappear.
they're going to leverage it.
They will get rid
They're gonna
fire.
use
And I mean, and credit to Heretics, yes, you did get that first dragon. And I sat there and said, well, maybe this could be a good thing, because you know that you can then stall the game out, you don't have to contest. But then they contested the second dragon. They continue to contest in the river, and every time they've contested G2, it's just been more kills going to G2.
And that's what you were saying, like the value of getting that first dragon is you can cross map. So you can then go, oh, Aphelios, you go top when dragon's up.
Exactly.
We'll then
Yeah.
get tower and gold on you, but that's not what we're seeing.
I don't think
Like,
we've
there are
got
a few
missed anything
champions
so
like
far.
that.
Flash with the
There's
cosmic
not
fire
really
goes
an
for the
AD
follow-up
carry
TP again.
equivalent, I
Seren's
think.
going to try and get his way out, but it's a damn frosty evening, and G2 will pick up
But
another
mostly
He
it's
just really wanted to get on the
it's
board there.
Pike,
TP'd in to get a kill. Like, lads, you're having too much fun without me. 10-1.
Lee
A massive
Sin
gold lead for G2.
or Nidalee,
And he's gonna be able to get
depending
this
on
tier
the
2 in the
meta.
bottom lane as well, because there's just not enough people on the map for Heretics right now.
And look at that KP for Labrov. He's been involved in 9 of the team's 10
Their top
kills.
lane
He's had a
version.
spectacular Bard performance. And I mean, it's nothing but domination here in this first game. 19 minutes in. The gold lead is 8k, if I'm reading that right. 10 kills
Samira
to
just
1.
needs
Like systematic
like a so
destruction.
good
And I
draft
think
and setup.
Yeah,
Like,
Heretics,
mostly the
their
carries
approach
just
to
need
this game has
setup,
been
but
too passive, and they've tried to
it's
take
fine.
fights when they just haven't been strong enough, and it's resulted in a serious snowball for G2.
Heretics is trying to find anything they can on the
Asmers
map
is
right
not
now. They get a
viable,
top
and
tower.
it's not because people
As,
don't know how to play her.
Sheo is looking for broken play, but that's a Dusk and Dawn and a Riftmaker Gwen. Specifically built to work her way through the tanks of the Sion
Fury
and the
Aurelia,
Mundo.
I don't
Sheo
think
doesn't
so.
want to stay around for too long. G2 using the pressure they have from bot to look for these plays,
no one
but
picks
now
those
with the
champs
TP
if
behind,
they-
perhaps Cat's on the other side of the map. Heretics can look
Oh.
for something. Sten takes half his health.
I mean, it's a
Botbreaker
pretty
almost
good
gets dueled out,
flank.
but he's blocked with the root. Sheo going for more.
Caps
as
can't
they
be
full
here.
collapse onto Labrov. He dies. Death from below coming out from Sten gets themselves a little bit more gold. It's Sheo who shares the
Full
purse.
of Garen.
So he'll be able to go back and pick himself up something.
Like,
nice
I
and
mean,
shiny.
champions that
Heretics
are
to get the pick and
good,
relieve some
can
of that
be
pressure,
good in the
especially with Baron
game,
up and available. It means
but
that
are
you're
not
able as
picked
G2 to
because
start getting
of
some
how
of these
hard they
towers
are to pull
knocked
off
down
in
and continue
competitive
to put pressure
specifically.
onto Sheo's jungle, forcing him to fall further behind. But
So
still,
if you
you
say
kinda need a few
Samira,
more of
well,
these if you
Samira is
actually
not
start
played
getting
because she's
tempo
too hard to
into
play,
your
she's
lead.
not played because
Absolutely,
she's
and
not good in
one of the
most
things now is
situations and
G2's
most
just gonna play the
drafts.
side. Like, look at how deep Caps is pushing in the top lane. It's very difficult. Stendy should be able to get out of this one.
I think there's
Uh,
it's only
right.
those
Yeah,
champs
he should be
really.
fine.
I mean, Broken Blade can chase
Right?
for days. Crystallize comes out from
He's
7.
still chasing. Okay.
They
It's
need
fine,
to
it's
fight.
fine now.
But this is what I mean. Look at how deep Broken Blade is. 1v2.
Also the main
He's saying, I don't
ones.
care. Look at Caps on the minimap as well. On the
Like,
top
as soon
lane,
as you
pushing
see
that in.
those champs
Mid is
picked,
also
you think,
pushed, and Labrov is going to use this
Is
to
there gonna
move
be
into enemy
realistic
jungle,
game
drop
right
wards
now?
down wherever he needs to, and it's just full map coverage and
No, I
control
only
for
count
G2 right
Nidalee
now.
as
G2 are
younger.
so strong as
Oh,
Sten.
Sten locked up. Tries to get
Yeah.
away, but Labrov follows him with the auto attack, and G2 get another.
Did
Nidalee
he go
top
between
lane is
the
not,
wolves to bind him? Like, he rooted instead.
Was that not the knockup? Was it with the Wolves? I thought it was Skewmon just with the knockup. I'd have to look at it again, and I don't think we're going to have a chance.
Yes, play safe.
In the mid lane. The Temper Fate didn't connect, but the rest of G2 immediately collapsed. And for Heretics, it's looking pretty grim, lads. Skewmon going for more onto Sheo. Han Summer opening up. Maximum dosage coming out from the Mundo.
You know, I was blaming the board blind, but maybe they just knew Stand would pick Pike.
I was gonna say, this is where G2 are basically hitting their stride. You've got 2 items completed with the Infinity,
and they just mind controlled him.
Dusk to Dawn completed on Broken Blade. Like, they are feeling themselves right now. Stand is about to get us.
This is your tank who's trying to step up.
Maybe they were just one step ahead of me.
Like, yes, it's Black Cleaver Sundered Sky, but that Bard only has a locket.
I mean, G2 just stayed mid, taken everything that they wanted. Remember that this play started by them killing Ice. Ice is now back. And then they've stuck around
in the fight for Soloq.
Oh,
and then they
true. Yes, you're completely right.
And
now it's going to be a systematic destruction by
T1
G2.
is special.
The gold lead continues to grow. We'll look back. Oh, we're actually going to get to see. I'm convinced that Labrov actually connects the binding.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful Bard play there. And LeBron deserves that kill. Absolutely.
After
they then converted into a tower dive underneath this tier 2. Ice has nowhere to go.
What do you do though, man?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I dodged the Temper Fate. Cease and desist.
And the passive is not the reason.
Come on.
And then Saren just takes a chunk of damage off of Caitlyn.
She's just good into short range.
Yeah, I mean, I wish there was more to break down, but really we're just commentating.
And Dryce has no dashes.
Slaughter Heretics in this first game.
Heretics are breaking down. We don't need another one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right now, this is just a one-sided affair, kill after kill. Ultimately, it all comes back, and Rob and I were already talking about
Caps
it
was
earlier.
smogging.
If you're going to play
like
this
he always had
scaling,
prio on the waves in the dog prio on.
Constantly avoid your opponents. It
I
is
had
all
very
about
good rotations
creating numbers on one side of the map and
box.
cross-mapping. If they go for Dragon, you go for Grubs. If they go for Herald, you go for Dragon. If they go bot, you go top.
Hansama has anti-heal.
And finding picks wherever you can.
Remember last stream we were saying nobody cares for building this.
What you're seeing on your
we
screen
saw
right now,
5 item Yunara with no anti-heal against Mundo.
It is G2 going for pick after pick after pick. Leveraging the strength of their comp, which is we excel in the 2v2s and the 3v3s.
And it means the Heretics constantly have to overload and find picks. And as long as Skewmon gets out, well, Caps now has access to the bot lane turret. So as Heretics, you have to disappear.
Temper Fate onto Seren, caught out by Labrov, flashes away from the Cosmic Binding that may or may not have landed the stun.
There is good picking,
it does, as you say,
a mid lane answer for the safe counter pick, like an event rise, is that Yuri's gonna suck against the rest of the champs. Like Anivia is good against Vi and Dryce, but it's not good against Caitlyn, it's not like good against Bard.
Seren is gonna fall in the middle of the fight into that egg and then scrambled up by
And then when they picked Aphelios as well blind, they kinda guaranteed that they have no range.
In the top lane. The whole map is falling apart.
So
Caps is going to get an inhibitor. He's going to use the Baron empowered minions to deal damage onto these inhibitor towers. And as Ice tries to wave clear, that opens up the top lane.
We were so close, guys.
Yeah,
if this game had ended in 6 seconds time, it would have been the fastest of LEC versus. They're not going to have that accolade to put on their mantelpiece, but G2 have systematically
playable draft, easy win. Playable draft, easy win.
At 24.5 minutes, Broken Blade pulled in, but just dashes away, and G2, in such rapid fashion, just wipe away the Heretics. The Nexus down to half. Sheo uses his ultimate, a Tempered Fate into the Snapchat, takes out Ice.
That has to be one of the quickest games this season now.
Insult to injury there at the end as they take down Ice. But G2 looking confident in game number 1 of this series.
That was like a 20-minute game.
Execution and a clean game by G2. We'll see if they can continue that series as we go to a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
25 minutes, yeah, it's very quick. Wow. I think G2 just played this game well. I mean, also, Heretics didn't make good decisions, but was still a good game. On the bright side, Sen can't pick Pike now. Yeah.
Brother.
Now their win con of beating out the Pike pick is gone.
Let us break this instead, brother.
True, I take your noodles.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
I thought Heretics would not even make
What is
playoffs.
this, brother?
Perfection.
But they beat some of the better teams. Okay, I'm gonna get more water and go to the bathroom. Be right back.
The human body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
Nice play from G2 as they look for a little bit more ice, so I think he has the distance.
And Voltbreaker coming out, Hans Sommer flashing for it, looks for the build over Peacemaker and finds his man. A headshot from Hans gives G2 2 on the board.
I'm TVing guys, I'm TVing. This is mega winning. I need no flash, I need no flash. It's mega winning. I'm coming.
I'm back.
Who gets like fried chicken? Where's the ping? Oh yeah, he's doing the thing. Okay, anyways.
Welcome back to LEC ahead of Game 2 between Team Heretics and G2 Esports.
YouTube chatter, any tips about
the demise
Masters?
of G2's downfall has been vastly exaggerated.
Only
It's me,
play
I
3
spread fake news,
champs
but got their back.
and play them well.
I'm gonna get fooled a second time. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I mean, the second time for you, like
It was
the,
the second time for me.
15th
Yeah.
time for
Well,
anyone
you
who
got
was in
pretty
a
fooled.
G2
I'm not gonna lie.
dialogue.
You got
Yeah,
pretty
I've been
fooled.
fooled. They continue to fool me. Yeah, again, the regular season apparently means nothing. which is frustrating. But hey, G2 absolutely delivered. We threw some criticism Hansama's way. He was super dominant this game. And as much as the whole map was kind of winning for G2, I think bot lane is the focal point for us. Because from the draft, we knew it was going to be really important. And not just because Ice played Aphelios, right? There's a lot of other stuff happening in this draft that kind of got my head scratching initially. The Pyke.
I hate Pyke. Let's put it there. I hate Pyke in general because this champion past 20 minutes doesn't do anything, but I hate Pyke specifically here because for me it doesn't work with the rest of what the comp wants to do. If you want to pick an Aphelios, do you want to pick Pyke? I'm done ranting.
Pyke makes sense here because otherwise Aphelios has like an unplayable lane. The idea with the Pyke is that you allow the Aphelios to have a good lane. You can fight,
defending
you can
the
play
Pyke
game.
pick.
Otherwise playing Aphelios up against Caitlyn Bard is really difficult.
If you want a good lane, if you want support to save this lane, just pick Karma.
Power of the Pyke, but it requires the execution to also land.
Just pick the Karma.
Quite there.
And then you can also dodge the Bard ult. Karma presses E, Karma presses, I don't know what the name is, the crown item that makes you quick.
You have a Vi, you have a Bard. TLDR, I don't think it was a great idea, but it came down to the execution more than anything. And in that sense, I want to give G2's bot lane their flowers.
They absolutely do. Lebrov on the verge of death so many times, getting away with just a sliver of life. And I think this is something that we really have to give him credit for, is that he was consistently playing on the edge, finding those good setups.
I would rather have Orianna support.
Was absolutely stand out in this game. And the most infuriating thing is, and this is going to be a negative segment, Jack, because I think we're feeling negative about, we're both big Aphelios enthusiasts. My man played with Pyke. Hail of Blades Pyke. Fleet footwork? Where's my press the attack damage? How many times is this Bard going to get away with it?
I mean, Lebrov kept living because he just... Ice didn't barely have enough damage. I can't even speak. I'm just watching this. And it's like, I get it. You're going Fleet because you're up against the Caitlyn Bard. It's nice with the healing. It's nice for the mobility. But you need to have that firepower if the Pyke pick is going to work out. And we saw that they just barely was lacking the damage so many times that if they had a little bit more, would have made all the difference.
And most of the montage clips we're seeing here, the game is already over for this Aphelios.
Needs to support.
It's certainly
I don't know about that
He's
one.
Point click for eternity. And while Lebrov, Hans, the rest of the team closed the deal, Team Heretics are going to look back at this early game.
I don't know about that one.
How different would it have been with one or two of those kills onto Lebrov coming through? Lebrov plays well enough to get out, and I think we're left with our head, just kind of scratching our head coming into game 2, trying to figure out what Team Heretics can do to adjust to give themselves some hope.
I want to jump on that, but first, mini point. Stop buying Collector Ice, I'm begging you. Like, when you have enough gold for BF Sword, then Storm Racer is just way better. I'm looking at Hansama's inventory. He has a BF Sword, and Ice goes for Serrated Dirk plus Boots instead. Like, it's so much better. Storm Racer has better win rate. There's more damage.
At the start of the day, we said pentakills. We might have wrote it in crayon or whatever, but if you're going to steal all the kills, you need... No, I'm with you. You need Storm Racer. I agree. It's a little bit questionable, but I think we've harped on Ice enough.
Yes.
I do think it comes down to what do we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, blinding Aphelios when your comp is already countered by long range is kind of
number
great.
one thing for me. G2.
Heretics?
And you see Vi on enemy team.
No doubt.
G2 have the winning lanes, but Team Heretics, they need to have winning lanes because G2 has an 83% win rate.
Make it make sense.
They're one of the few teams that when they get a lead, you can trust that they will actually end the game. And Team Heretics, they don't want to take those odds once again, because we already saw that once Team Heretics started to lose the early game, it was just over. So I need to see a good bot lane with a good mid matchup, and then Sheo and Sten can be unleashed.
Yeah, right, because ultimately giving them agency in the laning phase is what is going to allow Sheo to actually do something, because honestly, I was looking at Heretics here, and it was the meme with the doodle. Guys, do something, please move, make something happen. There was nothing possible with this composition and no possibility to come back. So maybe more tools to execute in the late game if the early game doesn't go that well.
Yeah, and I like the recognition that scaling is a good option for them. It was good for them in the regular season. They just gave up too much. So we're asking a lot from them, but we really want to see them thread the needle where they have at least some winning lane matchups and they have these scaling components. Again, easier said than done, but if you walk in with another draft like that where, if we play a 50-minute game where no one auto-attacks each other, we'll win, you're just not going to do anything
Next game,
G2.
please.
Any doubters for G2 in the room, or are we silent
after the
now?
14K gold lead game? Actually, to be fair, this is the most likely time that they would throw a game.
That's true. I also think...
You know what? Maybe Heretics
just... There's just so many things in the draft that I'm thinking is like a mistake. Because Caitlyn, I think Hansama's great on it. It's hard into the Aphelios.
Like,
so it really comes back to
that is
going back
over,
to the drawing board.
So now they're locked in next game.
I think they
and it will be
Team
a
Redis
hype
had
game.
the right strengths for themselves, but they didn't look at what G2 is really good at. Like G2
I
caps
want
on
it
Rise,
to win,
he's gonna be
and I hope
roaming,
they
he's
win.
gonna be doing so much. Hansama on a
But
lane
it's not
bully,
fun if
that's
it's
his
2
comfort. You
stomps.
need to
It
deny
can't be
that
2
and
stomps in a row.
snowball
That's not
accordingly.
fun.
And again, G2 heavy favorites in this matchup despite the early season that they had. So let's see what happens here in game 2. Can Heretics come back, or is G2 gonna wrap up this series fast? Casters, take it away.
Will the Heretics come back, or will G2 continue to proselytize? That's the question that we have to think about. Preach the good word of G2, of the Samurais, against the Heretics. That's the reference I'm making there, Rob, because it's the Heretics. Or Heretics, as we were told to say so many times over the years, and then, yeah. Anyway, this is going to be a messed up draft, guys, because Heretics are on the left side of the screen, but they are red side of the map and second pick. So G2 are blue side, they'll get first pick, that's normal, but they're on the right side of the screen.
And it's
just so that you are aware.
I mean, Bard is out,
if it
so...
confuses you are in good company.
Well, when we get into draft, we can run through.
Doesn't sound too shabby.
Remember that we are in Fearless, which means that everything that you saw in Game 1, we're not going to see again in Game 2.
Dracos' joy at Fearless yesterday was echoed only by my own, like, in terms of intensity.
Oh, 100%.
It felt so good to be like, oh,
let's go.
We're not going to see the same picks. Not that we saw, like, exactly the same picks in Game 1.
G2
the
shows
a little bit
blue
more
side.
But you know what's open? Zia, Corki, Orianna,
Cassante.
Yeah, Cassante's
I'm not saying
open.
they're not open, but like that's because Game 1 didn't play any
That's
of them.
correct.
Which is, a little bit more inventive.
Jarvan is open.
Varus did get banned out by Heretics in Game 1?
No,
G2.
G2, yeah. And they're going to ban it again.
But it was red side that banned it out, which is left side of the screen.
It's on a big cyber carry.
Usually you say something after that.
No, sorry, I got really confused because
Heretics are red side.
No, I understand.
G2 are blue side, Benny. G2 have first pick. So they have another ban now, and then Heretics will ban a champion, and then G2 will pick one.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah?
Yeah, so
I hate
just to clarify,
Ambessa.
first pick is on the bottom right side of my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Got it, cool. So,
it might be the bottom middle, actually. I don't know how they order it from the outside to the inside.
10 years I've cast, and this is the most confused I've ever been.
Alright, so let's go back to what has been drafted and banned so far. Rumble, Yonara, and Ambessa banned away by G2. Xinshao and the Varus removed by Heretics.
Yeah, so still Orianna and Azir up and available, and I think that's kind of what the trade you're looking at here.
First pick, it's harder to predict in Fearless.
It's going to be the Poppy, so I imagine it'll be... I was going to say you'll probably have to go for the Azir here or take Jarvan in this sort of situation, because if you take the Azir, at least you're advanced,
yeah, but so is Karma.
Or you can then take the Orianna the upside. This though means that you could actually
Orianna Azir
matchup.
Let's go.
And try and set up for a strong mid lane.
Azir and
then there is the Nocturne possibility for G2.
Azir and Jarvan.
Oh yeah.
But
Azir and Corki. Yeah, maybe.
No.
You look at the top cards of your library, you reveal it, it's like Nocturne time.
That's different. You gotta go back to this one.
Azir Corki might be the best
The question is, are
rotation.
you interested in it? Because the Azir is very much the expected to come through from Seren.
Makes Jarvan low value for
you did
G2.
explore the Jarvan. Dagda, are they as interested in the Jarvan as you are? I mean, it is very good into Orianna, especially when she's got no flash. The combo.
Corki.
Low mobility mid, right? You're looking for something that can punish that on repeat, and it's something teams have tried to do against G2 a lot this split and across the course of Caps being G2's mid laner. Is how much can we punish?
I don't like Pantheon with Azir. I feel like they are
need to get a little bit closer than the Jarvan does for that initial engage.
Anti-synergy.
Here of the Wukong if you wanted to, for Skewmon on the opposite side, like Ori Wukong's still incredibly strong. Could take the Jarvan themselves, though it's less strong into the Azir. Other options are just to try and
maybe they just wanted to take the Pantheon away from G2.
Because you know you've got multiple options in the jungle, and you can just try and focus on a strong bot lane for Ansam and Labrov.
Looks like they are going to go towards that bot side. Kai'Sa, the lock. So a bit of dive threat. Nico as well was banned out in game 1. And Kai'Sa with a Nico already going in. You've got the Shockwave on top of that with the Pop Blossom. There's a lot of power from G2's bot side.
Yeah, the more this draft goes on, the more I don't like what Heretics are picking. Yeah,
That's
it doesn't
usually the
really
case in
make
Europe.
that much
I don't even think
sense.
they have bad Nautilus players, but it does generally lose a lot.
No,
I mean,
G2
it's
are
not much
banning Corki,
senior,
right?
So you can't get much practice as a diver.
Absolutely.
Corki and
G2 can ban away 80 carries. I think for Heretics,
does Ice?
they want to ban
No,
out
it
that
doesn't play
jungle ball.
Driven.
The question is, how much do
Corki
you really
Jhin.
skew on? He's had quite the
I would ban
diverse
Corki Jhin.
portfolio this split. There's the Nocturne that we were discussing earlier, but he's brought out Wukong, he's played Aatrox. Remember that Jarvan still works for G2 as well. Yeah. It's like, that's the Season 1 combo, right? Just EQ into R.
Stand on if they hook champs.
Well.
Really works for G2.
Absolutely.
We can't take
yeah,
MF,
maybe.
So what do?
Maybe that's why they feels confident doing this.
Oh, it could be
Nico,
Nico top. I did have a little
but also Karma here doesn't look good for Heretics after they pick a Seer Panty invitation.
The case. Jhin and Nocturne the bans.
Corki ban. What else is there ban?
Get rid of the Corki, just
I guess Casante still in the game.
Some teams being more
But I think G2 want to play Casante. I think they will blind Casante.
in dives later on. But again, I think like you've got the Wukong still here for Skewmont. I think that's why they want to secure a
yeah,
lane
that's
that
the
they're more
Corki
comfortable
ban.
with, rather than worrying about like Jarvan Nocturne. They can still take another slap at that jungle.
What AD didn't answer now.
Now Heretics looking towards their AD carry. Leave top lane for last pick, get the counter for Tracing is usually what you'd expect in this situation, especially when
if it's a good Astral, then Astral is good.
Will Heretics go? Ice. He does really love these hyper carries when he can get them.
Champs have basically been banned, at least that he's played from this split. He'll have to showcase something new, and it looks like he's going to go for the MF. It's a strong lane bully, something that can gain control of the bot lane 2 versus 2, and fairly well with the Nautilus. But the problem is going to be that Nico, that double range matchup is always going to put a lot of pressure onto the bot lane 2 versus 2.
What's good into
Pantheon? Need to figure out what jungle they want to play into this right now. Decent amount of mobility on the side of Heretics.
They need frontline jungle. Or no, if they go Casante, they might not need frontline jungle.
Zin would be the kind of default response.
But they want to have setup younger.
Instead, Casante, a relatively safe blind, gives Tracing the opportunity to find a counter pick of his own.
Like a bruiser.
Where is he going to go in that top lane? Looks like G2 might be going for the Trundle jungle. Something we've seen a couple of times. You could.
I guess Trundle is the only thing left.
Does work well into the Casante. It doesn't have that
if you don't want to pick something like Sahin.
The G2 comp feels a bit awkward to
which
me though.
I don't think is
okay,
that
Orianna
amazing.
likes to set her up, which doesn't really exist on G2 side unless Labrov is finding phenomenal flanks. But you're not like grouping people for an Orianna ult. You're relatively short range with the Kai'Sa as well, and she doesn't have something that.
Since Sahin over this patch, why is no one picking it? You can flex the top jungle. If you watched yesterday's series, they were picking Sahin. And they were flexing it.
That I think G2 are actually going to struggle with a little bit.
I feel like Sahin is a better version of Aatrox in drafts.
Than they did in game 1. Yeah. This means that if Dragons is what they want to prioritize, they have a lot more tools to at the very least contest G2. Kai'Sa doesn't have the strongest one-item spike, which means that compared to an MF who's going to go some lethality item, it gives them a lot more agency to try and
but at some point there's
so
also player preferences, right?
I do like Heretics tools in
to
the early
extent.
Game. Ultimately, though, the
G2 have a very
between the two teams is how
basic.
Move their pressure around the map and how they were consistently able to create.
It's to execute comp, I think. They just front to back and then pull the trigger with Nico, and that's how. Then they just win.
To slow that down, because if they give
I wanna watch someone shoot. Go. Sorry, that triggered me.
Like the Trundle into the engage tools that Heretics have.
That was repulsive
Similarly with the dredge line,
for me.
The Azir can try and get onto your back line, but shifting sands can also be blocked out by that pillar. We saw Skewmont bring this out against FlyQuest last year.
What does Heretics even want to do?
Had a really good time in the early game, really dominating, controlling.
They don't win mid prio.
To get an early ward towards these rated.
I think Heretics composition.
I'm not too sure about this younger matchup, but most youngers don't beat Trundle in isolation. Nor is just scaling. Unless they want to play like a 1-3-1 comp and get grubs early.
You have the
and
pushing on bot side,
make
you
an
have
early
pushing
gank
Mara
happen
on
bot
top end.
lane with
So I think
the
this is where
Nautilus setup.
kind of play through these strong side lanes and get a lead. They should be in enough
And if they can
spot.
get like an
But I
early
think
flash
if,
on bots, maybe they can
G2
play
end
the
up
Drake
where
through that.
they're the ones in control.
This Kai'Sa
and
still
they can
needs
kind of play
level
for these
6
shock
or
waves,
2
play
items
for
to
trundle pillars that
be
enable
strong.
the team to chase. I think that becomes a little bit more dangerous.
I mean, let's not forget that the last time we saw Caps in this matchup, he slaughtered the enemy Azir. Now, the analyst desk broke down for us at the start of the day how this wasn't a singular effort from Caps. There was a lot of involvement from both
level
Skimon
6
and Labrov,
and after
but
level
they
6
have the resources and the tools to make that
they
same
can make
process happen
plays.
again. Orianna naturally
They can
wins
also
out
an
on the
early
field
invade with this
skirmishes,
Prios
and you can
or
already see
like
Caps trying to
play
get
for
in the
first
face of
Drake.
Seren and trade as much as possible.
Or
But
just
don't be
play to
surprised
cover the
see
bot lane
Labrov
gank, that should
moving around the
happen.
map and start helping Caps out to put even more pressure down in this middle lane.
Yeah, you can see his support proximity in the regular season, 18.3% at 14 minutes. Means that his support is spending a lot of their early game, almost a fifth of it, around that mid lane. But Caps, again, even though I think on an eye test, I'd say it's been a relatively quiet regular season for him. When he's dominated, he has really dominated.
Absolutely.
You think of the leader game, you think of the Azir into the Orianna into Azir game. He can absolutely pop off at any moment, and
Chewing
so
gum
far
of
in
instant
playoffs, he
report.
continues
Yeah,
to
I
impress
have
his rivals. Realm walks
I have a
in game
thing
one really put Heretics
when
on
it
the back
comes
foot.
to seeing and hearing people, it's like it triggers me so insanely hard.
First in XP difference of 14.
And gum is like,
second in damage per minute. Like the man has just been an absolute behemoth.
I would say it's
for
whatever,
G2 and continues to impress, and I think
but when it's
that's what
in
has kind of
league, when
kept
you're
G2
supposed to be
together
focused,
as they made their
and
way
it's like
into
this
play.
Yeah, I think
distraction of
the
someone shooing,
inconsistencies of G2 as a whole and their results have
Like,
basically
it just
taken
makes
away
me
from how strong
angry.
of a split the Caps
It just
had
annoys
overall.
me.
And he's been super consistent, and he's definitely in
Skimon
form right
clear
now.
is so much
His
quicker.
game 1 performance, his roams on the rise were good. Let's see what he can do in this Orianna as Sheo makes his presence known in the bot lane. Hansam and Labrov with that ward will spot him out. And it looks like this is going to be a double scuttle
that
crab for
was
Skewmont. Quicker on the clear, gets
uneventful.
that bot crab, secures it for himself, immediately paths up
It's just a
towards
free
top,
double
gets
scuttle.
that one as well. And now he's got a healthy camp advantage over his jungle opponent.
Surely they know that this has to look for a gank now.
Stepping forward about half
There's nothing else to
with the
do.
recall coming out from Sheo. I wonder if they'll just call off any possibility of a fight. They don't know where Trundle is right now. Skimon has reset, got himself a Sheen, Aegis Assault for the movement speed from Sheo. Flash away from Caps, but the Shield Vault still finds the stun. Skimon on his way, but only at the tier 1 right now, as Caps has no way out of this. Uses the command, protect Sheo though with a spear to his back. We'll get first blood for Heretics.
Great gank timing by Sheo. So moved into that bottom side, bypassed the ward that Caps had set up in that side.
Yeah, I feel like
and you can
that's
see where
just a
Caps was
mistake
positioned
from
for so
G2.
long up in the top of that lane that they just were about to call it off.
Unless they had
Caps
no
just takes that step
idea
a bit too far towards the middle of the lane.
where Pantheon was passing
But
to.
the curse should be
No, they
stunned.
should know.
It is.
He got given a
When
grab
Trundle
it,
enters
we
topside and
talked
sees
about
that
him,
Scuttle
sung
is
his
still up,
praises.
that
What
has to
happens?
tell
Death
them that Pantheon
immediately.
is passing both sides.
Should we try it on a grander scale? Here we go. G2 never missed playoffs.
But yeah, he's clears the lead because of that, so they can do the same bait.
So rare that they do poorly in playoffs.
That's very true. Oh,
Wait a
hang on a
second.
minute.
Wait a second.
You are moving into the enemy jungle here. Seven looking for some damage himself. Does have his flash. Sheo was forced to flash away, but Skewmon falling low. Seven loses vision, puts a
Oh
soldier
my
in,
god.
gets the kill. Shield bolt out onto Caps, gets the stun, but
No,
he gets one
Caps wins
in
this.
response as Sheo falls. Seven needs to get
Triana
out of here.
loses this,
Doesn't have
then
that flash
it's...
anymore. Caps still chases him. The counter curse needs to be studied, guys. Caps gets a double, gets himself a 400 gold lead.
I don't blame Heretics for taking that fight. Like, it started really well. Things were going very much in their favor. The level advantage for Skewmon means that he should win out on this 1v1, but the arrival of Seren changes things. Skewmon then says, screw it, I'm going all in. Flash, traded for Flash. In the 2 versus 1, they're thinking, yeah, we can take this. So Seren saying, you know what, I'll commit to the enemy jungle. I'll get this kill. Caps does the same. And in the mid lane matchup, unfortunately for Seren, Caps just has the health advantage. He gets very close to finding the kill, but with the popped health
Sheo
pot and the
pressed
health
this
lead,
slower.
Caps finds himself a double.
Yeah, the command attack
They could have won that,
clipping
but
onto Sheo as he went
I
for
don't
that
know.
stun.
I don't think so.
If you got the stun, you get enough for a Comet Spear. Maybe that's the damage that you need to be able to finish off the kill. But now it's 2 kills
Maybe
for
they
Caps.
thought
Well,
he
well for
resets.
Heretics. Suddenly swings right back to even Steven.
Yeah, Skewmon actually surviving for longer because
I mean, he only has
the
2
Razor
options,
Beaks
either he
down
resets and does
gives him
nothing,
the
or he
King's
ganks
Tribute
middle
passive,
bots.
which means he heals
And
up
they
over
saw
there as
him...
those small Razor Beaks die.
Yeah, they saw him on the
Looking down
bot ward
towards the
too.
bottom side, Tangle Bomb's going to land onto Sten, who has to flash away early. is running that Hex Flash, so we'll have at least half of a flash still at his disposal. Both the AD carries going for the culls early.
Oh,
as
yeah.
Hans Summer has
It's
one
fine
less stack
because
on his right now and about
it's fine for
150
G2
gold lead.
because they punished that Sheo went for the gank.
Bottom side though.
What in
His
there?
cams are up on that top half and could hit level 6 off them. I'm curious what his plan is here.
Caps has no flash, so it's a possibility of just, hey, let's gank the immobile mid laner. Does have Shockwave now though, and Caps wisely backs away, realizing doesn't have vision control down towards that bottom side. Lebrov is opening up through mid lane, disguised
In that
as
case,
a
it's not
troll,
actually a mistake.
and should be able
If
to
you
clear
can
out
plan
this
the
control
Raptor
ward
invade
with the
after
help
your
of his
death.
mid laner.
Level up for Caps. Meanwhile, we haven't really spoken about it, but top lane, Tracing getting a bit of revenge compared to last game, where now with the winning matchup, he gets to get that small push in his favor. He's amassed a healthy gold lead, 400 after securing 2 plates. Means that he's in a pretty good position. We'll see if he can impact the rest of the map later on. Skumon, though, sets his sights on the enemy red buff, and he is looking to steal that one away rapidly.
Has the smite, and Sheo doesn't have one. So even if Sheo does check into this bush, which he'll do with a Comet Spear, but doesn't connect, Skumon's still able to smite away the red buff and get it. With Caps moving from mid, it would have been really hard for Sheo to take an elongated fight.
Even in the 1v1 with Skumon having the level 6, it basically makes it impossible now for Sheo to duel the Trundle. So he has to kind of cede control, and again, kind of G2 playing well off of their pushing lanes. This is what we were talking about in the last game as well.
Sheo set up for a Grand Starfall here if Lebrov does overstep.
I'd say Heretics they lost here if they played the split push well.
Embodying champions that have already got over to that level 6 mark.
So if they can secure one of the first 2 drakes, they're in a very good position.
So if Pantheon ends up ulting in behind
for their comp,
this wave, and Ice hitting level 6, that can very quickly turn into a dead Kai'Sa. So I think that's why you can kind of see them, well, at least with the wave pushing in, but definitely being more cautious about where they're
like their dream is to get grubs and one of the drakes.
Grand Starfall coming out, flash away from Caps, away from the Emperor's Divide.
Oh,
onto Lebrov down towards the bottom side.
Saren just dead.
Bullet time coming out, not going to connect too much as Lebrov does fall low, but able to escape until the flash double up. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Saren taken out by Skumon and Caps.
Action happening across the rift as G2 find a kill in mid. Heretics respond with a 2v2 kill in the bot lane. The stun was long enough to allow
can they really
Ice's
invade
bullet
like
time to
this
get the
with
full
Kai'Sa? I mean,
duration
Nico
off
dead.
onto Lebrov, getting him low enough to allow Ice to secure that
So
kill.
just gonna TP
He is the
nades
man
on
that Heretics
spawn.
need to get ahead. He is their carry. The Sheo now.
Trundle has no flash, no ult.
He doesn't have flash, uses the Pillar of Ice for the slow onto Ice. And it will manage to keep him at bay. Sheo still looking for a little bit more here.
He's just trolling them.
That extra movement speed.
Time to troll.
Yeah, nice job on the gank from Skumon as well there. Use the subjugate because it removes 40%
No,
of
Ice
the
has
armor
the
and magic
base.
resist.
They're very off tempo.
Yeah, Stan pushing forward a little bit here as Skumon and Hans Summer are there for the chase. Lebrov face checked, and Stend paid the price for it.
A silly mistake there from Stend. They should have information that Skumon is hovering around the river. The crab would be the priority for both junglers, and he walks up and just clears a ward, thinking that it's safe to do so. Ends up losing his life. Nice pillar comes through from Skumon to cut off his escape, and with no flash, there was nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, G2 have done a really good job of protecting Caps in this mid lane, and then using the pressure that they got off that 2 kills that went to Caps early to then find these small invade windows, find these small skirmishes, and what we thought might give tools to Heretics to actually play through these early skirmishes is actually being turned around with this Trundle pick.
Ice is still that player that I'm keeping my eyes on. His form is very good. That kill that he's able to get in the 2v2 has put him in a great position.
And
over the early ramp sept, I imagine the BF sword that you mentioned earlier, the BT, going to be that early pickup for the BF.
Not really.
The MF hitting a nice little item there, gives her a little
it's
bit
a pretty
more
volatile lane,
compared to the advantage Caps has in the middle lane.
And Nico Kai'Sa is not actually strong until level 6.
Starting to accrue for Heretics, and that's very much what they're looking for. First dragon of the game still not secured. 10 minutes in, and relatively late compared to what we're used to here in the LEC. But you can see both junglers eyeing it up. Grubs, though, going to be started off.
But I didn't watch what happened. I was watching the mid lane play.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so many flank opportunities. You've got Grand Starfall coming out from Sheo.
She was just getting bullied.
Your backline using a subjugate on your tankier members as he tries to trade here with Sheo. Takes one of the grubs away.
Wait, no. Oh, did he actually get the grub? No, he didn't get the grub. He missmited. I think
Skumon got both.
No, yeah, but it was Sheo who smited. Skumon still has his
smited the wrong
Sheo
one.
missmited, misses, and now Skumon gets all 3.
Yeah.
It's dire for Sheo.
Yeah, it was. I saw the smite, and I thought to myself, oh, you're trying to get both of them low. Maybe you do some sort of tech, but you're right. You just hit the wrong one.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't at least get one grub, and Skumon just tracking and trying to match show everyone on the map. But here's the ult.
Onto LeBron, they'll land the stun onto him. The chase continues. The 7 able to dodge to the side and will be gifted over the kill. His second
yummy snack for Heretics.
A little bit closer to Caps, but it's still a 1,000 gold lead for the Orianna in mid.
I don't know, MF has to Giga carry this early game.
Good ulti comes through from Sheo, catches the support isolated. Seren was also able to
otherwise Caps is just gonna take over.
Shockwave onto Seren, he's getting very low.
That's a solo kill. Oh! For Seren! Oh!
1-for-1 the trade in mid.
Yeah, that's totally what I meant.
Caps when the minions are around. Nicely done, but yeah, I mean, Seren got the trade, but honestly, the way we still got to push
I wasn't
in,
aware of your game.
I think he's a little bit less thrilled that he ended up giving the kill over.
I mean, how do I break that down?
I don't know, I could like feel the next Orianna QW into instant kill.
He doesn't have flash. I'm kind of
surprised
Seren didn't use
Seren,
I
think he just knew the cooldown very well and he went for the 1-1. Because he could have flashed out, taken the L, flashed out and recalled.
Net gain of 200 gold for Caps.
1-for-1 is good in this. When you're this behind.
Heretics starting up the Drake with the push in the bot side. Sheo's going to pull it down towards this bot pixel bush because that's where they have the vision. Caps stepping across, no shockwave on him, still a quarter of the cooldown left on it. Thank you, paid chatter. Very kind of you.
Oh, what's going on here? Hang on a second.
Stand just dead.
You guys later.
No, Ice is dead. Ice is the victim.
As well for the chase onto Ice, and Ice is down. Yeah, that's the problem. You can start it up, but it's so easy for either team to collapse if the other is already on that Drake. Seren coming across here doesn't have that Emperor's Divide. Sheo's just going to walk back to the relative safety of his mid lane tower.
I understand how 1.3k gold leads. Like, where did that? What's that? How does the Ice have a 1.2k gold lead? Where did that spawn
I
from?
mean, G2 again are just kind of moving around the map better. Managed to get the pick onto Ice, which is the perfect target, because if you come through that choke point and Ice is able to open up at the bullet time, you're having a miserable experience. But it doesn't really matter. It's now G2 getting that first dragon.
Ultimately, though,
it's only 2
Heretics
plays.
Is still keeping the gold close. Like, if we compare this to last game, it
also
was
got
already
plays
dire straits, it felt like, for Heretics. They are skirmishing well. They are doing their best to trade kills where they can. And I'm looking at that gold lead for Caps, and it's scary, but Ice is building a similar advantages. This looks like a Pantheon ult to me.
Brokenblade going all out, has the Zeke's convergence complete already. Grand Starfall in by Sheo.
That would have been a solo kill.
BB will fall basically just to Tracin. That was a bit of an assist from Sheo, but Tracin winning out the 1v1.
And there's another gold lead that's just as sizable as that bottom lane. You're kind of saying these side lanes are...
Maybe finish the quest faster. Yeah, that could be it.
Be secured for him.
Now it's only 700 gold.
Hopefully that's an opportunity for Heretics to try and play a little bit more in a side lane.
Cool and roll quest.
Explore the options of taking these
G2... Osama still hasn't done the quest, that's true.
It's not all doom and gloom just yet.
That's true.
Skewmon is definitely making his presence known. He is running around the rift doing what he can. Seren, though, trading.
Oopsie.
Not connecting, the shockwave coming out, and LeBron is there with a blooming burst. And a big old kill. And meanwhile, Sten looking for the flank. No Grand Starfall yet for Sheo, but Sten, if he can get a depth charge onto Caps, who does still have the flash, the chase can continue. There we are. Caps caught up in the depth charge. Dredgeline's going to come out next. Flashes from it. Sheo flashes forward, and the bullets rip through. Sheo takes the kill. Sten tanks the tower, and LeBron falls. Second good route onto Ice. The tower shot does not materialize. So
Heretics swing con is getting fed. AD carry and top. Like, those are the 2 players that need resources in early game.
They find 2 kills.
If they can get the next Drake, then that's sort of
but it all starts with this play.
Their win con for now.
Yeah, Seren
or next 2 Drakes even.
Knows that Caps has the flash, but even then doesn't end up burning as he just tries to go that little bit too far and whiffs on that.
Same for G2, their win con is Caps in early game, and Caps is fed. Trundle is also having a good time.
Hope that I can burn a flash from Caps, and then this makes this play significantly
but I think G2 need to play for an early soul, since they're losing the split push on both sides in late game, and Trundle gets outscaled by everything, I think. Oh wait, this is a new replay. This is live. It was the exact same, screen as before.
Sten realizes he needs to get the hell out of there. It's a double for Skumond, riptide out from Sten. He does escape to the tower. Broken Blade going all
Cassante.
out. Converges onto ice, burning his flash as well.
Caps managing to take one with them was not what I expected off the back of that play. Burning the Seeker's arm guard to make sure he can take one. And
Seren is not having a good day. Yeah.
For the mid laners.
He somehow got 4 kills though. He's 2k behind, but he has 4 kills.
Monstrously strong on this Trundle. Just a couple skirmishes, and just like that, it feels like the momentum has swung back the way of G2. Heretics playing with a little bit too much confidence, but we found ourselves with a bit of a bloodbath here in game 2.
Yeah, it's very annoying to play mobile into Trundle.
18 kills. Both teams are hungry to find that advantage. Dragon in a minute and a half. Herald is alive, and it looks like a lot of players are setting their sights on the top side of the rift.
I once played MF into Trundle Gragas. That was horrible. No dragon stacking match, it would be not that relevant.
Can work out incredibly well. Skumond's going to start up this rift hold with Caps in tow. Should be an easy one secure for G2. Still only 1,000 gold lead for them, but for Heretics,
I think they have time.
I mean, do you want to slow this game down? You have a great skirmish comp. You kind of want to find fights where you can.
I think
they will for sure get this next streak with Heralds.
You're gonna have to cross map because there's no way you're able to get in position.
Like with the Heralds, either gold lead now or using it on Drake.
You know, make picks for Heretics, but
I
think they're about to make them now.
Oh.
Coming out, Caps. Oh, stopwatches
Okay.
the knob from Tracing. LeBron can look for the flank here.
Oh, Caps have just started building defensive items. I don't believe this.
Still on the tower, will get the charge in. Cray Seeker landing from long range from Hans Sommer, but
I refuse to
nothing
play
more
this.
for G2. They'll get the charge. They don't break through the crystalline overgrowth. Caps gonna slow up Sheo.
Is this an overextend?
Pillar of Ice for the follow-up at Sheo. You're just a bit too deep in the Aegis Assault saves him for a second, but the chase continues for G2. Sheo trying to run away.
Okay, that was okay.
But Caps finds his man. Meanwhile, a TP to the bot side as Tracing looks for Broken Blade. Huge shield from that
G2 macro is better, so I would hope for a 2-0.
Now as well. The hyper from Tracing doing a lot of work all out.
Yeah, Heretics kind of needs better macro to win with this draft. Because I don't think their draft is bad. But they do need, like, playing 1-3-1 requires better macro than the, or it requires good macro, I should say, not better necessarily.
There's a ward just off by Red Brush, which
Like if
the
two
fact that Ice and Stand had shifted up towards that top side of the map, which is when they pulled off
teams.
As Ice walked back across the ward going towards mid lane, they just re-wrap onto the top side play, get the pick, and then end up sticking around to get the top lane tower as Heretics try and make a play on the bottom side. Heretics just feel
if you are facing 1-3-1 comp and you don't know how to do it, then it's very hard to play.
So many things. Like, this is a great example.
G2,
Why are they
no.
here?
I mean, Show's likely dead. LeBron flashing in as Hans dives in with the
Okay.
as well. There's the shockwave onto Ice. Sten trying to flash to safety, but G2 are on the chase.
MF is just dead.
The bot lane of Heretics already dead. Seren and Sheo need to get out as BB dashes forward. Hans Sommer, no killer instinct left for him, but he can still land those Void Seekers. Sheo getting chased towards the bottom side. Pillar of Ice coming out to block him against the wall. The Gromp secured. Good double knockback from BB.
Looks so easy for G2.
All they wanted was the jungler's life.
They tried
They're
so
just
hard to
positioning.
contest that dragon when they were way too late to the objective. I feel like Heretics is tunneling so much or trying to fight G2 at all these neutrals.
Time to draw.
And they are just getting outplayed. They are falling into this trap over and over again. And look, like, he is too late. His team is not there. Sheo is split up. The shockwave connects onto 2. The pillar splits the team up. G2 just kind of systematically picked them apart one by one as Heretics desperately tried to get something back on the rift when they're not even that far behind. But the more fights and skirmishes they
Sheo has had a very
the
rough
greater the
game,
gap becomes.
this one.
Really good stuff there from LeBron, finding both Ice and Stand. Had a really good Bard game. Having a good Nico game so far.
If they want to play, let's play.
That sums up your point, Betty.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, pretty much.
It's one of those things, I'm sure, like in your head, sounds really cool. And then when you say it out loud, it's like, we are playing, yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good line.
It's just pretty cool,
Yeah.
I guess. guess.
But if you want to bully broken,
Well, no,
that's
because
fine.
whenever
Yeah.
I say those sorts of things, I then immediately internally cringe. And maybe it's just the British accent.
Right.
Do you want to play? Let's play. See, just
That was really cool.
Yeah,
bro.
you sound like a bit of a villain. You know?
Oh, princess, if you want to play, let's play.
That seemed a little.
That was not.
Where'd that come from?
That was
Where's
when we
from?
play Magic together.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Pretty princess.
If I could become a
That's-
champion
again,
league, I
brought
would
up
be
again,
Trundle.
that
If
brought
I
up
could
again.
become a
Okay,
champ,
That would make me cringe.
I would become
Now a little uncomfortable.
I get it. I get it.
Lulu.
My internal monologue should stay internal.
Yeah, a little bit.
What we're doing. So, G2, 4K ahead. One of you could have done this bit, by the way.
Then I
we're
could
gonna
make
go
people
it's
my
possible, I think,
pets.
actually.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Now,
The me
back-
furry.
And,
She's
Chatter,
a
do you still have
Yordle.
some after that? Maybe
You
go to-
sick.
More handsome, perhaps.
All right, so G2 have set up 4-1. You can see that they've got 4 members pushing up through mid. They've left Caps isolated in a side lane with the Orianna.
I could
who has
taste
the TP.
colors.
Skumon kind of covering the
Ice.
support. And
Ice suffering.
Has to flash across the wall. Bullet
Oh
time
my
coming
god,
out. There's the ult
Cassante.
from BB. Sinks in the Intofos and gets himself a kill. A bit isolated towards the backside, but he just dashes across the wall. And now
That's
G2
game.
find another send will fall.
That's
Drayton
game.
building up that Meganar, but they're all hitting onto a clone. As G2 will turn their eyes towards the Baron.
It's one of the
Heretics
annoying
once
part.
again
Yeah, I'm
lose their bot
practicing.
lane. I don't really think they
I'm
have a way into
practicing
this
being
fight.
annoying
BB said
for you
something like,
guys,
"Oh, it's bullet
so you
time?
can
No, it's
listen
bullet
to me
time." As
and
if
be
it's
entertained.
It's like, you want to
Play,
happens,
let's
yeah.
play.
I,
You know, it
Again,
takes
unprompted,
effort to be annoying.
I think that one was pretty prompted.
Being annoying is a conscious decision.
Baron going to be secured by G2, and I like how quick they were with it. Like, they literally just reset back onto the map. They went straight down mid lane. They don't waste any time. They see Ice's position. They're not afraid to dive the tower. They don't go too deep until they go extremely deep. And then Broken Blade says, all right, let's play. He's
You're
able
more
to find that
energetic
kill
today.
onto Miss
Yeah,
Fortune.
because
Sten
I
is quick
spent
to
the
follow,
entire
knowing that they have
day
the numbers
doing
lead.
nothing.
They know they can convert this into a Baron. Heretics have yet,
Takes
throughout
effort
the
to be a
organization's history, been able to take
You
the
said
game
what
off
I
of
said,
G2,
but with
and
different
based on this
words.
game, it looks like
Good
that record will
job.
not be broken. 13-0 is the current scoreline for G2 against Heretics, and they're looking to
Good
make
job.
it 14 with another
You're so
dominant performance here in
smart.
game 2.
That's one of the reasons you talked about it. At the
You're
start of
welcome,
game one,
Nutter.
that, G2 when it comes to playoffs, they just tend to succeed. They just tend to do well.
Yeah, I was having
They do
fun.
come in as the
Pillar
seventh
into
seed.
instant
Here,
death.
Ice caught out again.
Pillar
Nobody for him to
into
get out.
Orianna
And
speeds
G2
of
can just
Trundle.
march down
Bonk,
mid,
bonk,
like the
bonk.
defense for Heretics is Seren pushing the side lane, trying to get themselves an objective bounty, trying to get a little bit of gold. But their inhibitor tower in mid will fall.
Och så snabbt kommer det full.
23.5
Yes.
minutes in, G2 are knocking
Lots of
on the
effort.
Nexus.
Yeah, I was going to say, how far are they going to take this? Because Heretics have to reset, but BB solo
Lots of
is here.
effort.
Yeah, Seren able to dodge across the wall to the ground.
Every word I say
G2
has
pushes the
effort.
right, needs to get back. We'll use the hex gates to get closer.
You know, for
Gets
some
knocked out
people,
with the pillar
it
of ice.
takes
Seren trying to get in
effort
there as
and
well.
willpower
TP coming out
to
from
not
BB as he's gonna
make a
join the fight.
comment
First
or
Nexus
speak
tower will
or
fall.
be
G2 continue to
annoying.
advance.
For me, it's the
And there's the
opposite.
shockwave, and immediately they kill off Trayson. They'll dive onto Sheo underneath the tower as well, but Skumon still really healthy with that subjugate. Second Nexus tower down. Ice has respawned. Does have that bullet time, but the hot
GG.
will find him again. Ice goes in with a bullet time, a good pillar of ice to stop it.
Yeah, this
And
game was
G2 are just ripping
close
through
until it
them.
wasn't.
Heretics don't have a leg left to
Was this
stand
game
on as
shorter than the
G2
last
go
one?
2-0.
24-36 was the timer we were looking at in game number 1. And they just smashed it in game number 2. G2, that was insane.
They don't waste any time. They run it down mid and they close out the series in convincing fashion. G2's playoff form is looking solid. Heretics need to go back to the drawing board. The end of their regular season showed some promise, but they're going to have to reevaluate as they move down into the lower bracket.
It's double elimination, so they do get a second chance.
Oh, it's
to go
only
for one
2
of the
AM. We
G2
might as
players
well
in your
watch
clear
one of
player
the next
game
games, right?
Skumon, Cats, and Hans Summer are your options. I mean, player of the series, sorry, not player of the game. I think LeBron is slept on slightly. I think he had a really good bar. Game 2, maybe he had a couple of really good pop blossoms, but didn't need to do as much. Skumon's game 2, obviously.
Yeah, where are the haters now?
Overall,
Where are the
team just
doubters
played
now?
Really, really well. And I think for Heretics, it is a little bit back to the drawing board.
Absolutely. I think
Back
that
to the drawing
G2
board.
demonstrated a very solid game plan. I like the drafts that they brought in. I do think that there were options, but for me, the biggest thing was Heretics just got... They fought G2 too much. I think they need to pick their battles a little bit better. I think that Ice had a clear lead. He had a 1.3k gold lead on the MF. And in my mind, the fact that the Nut also had advantage, there were ways, but they got
That
too
is
eager
not
and they ended up
okay.
falling short.
We're
But
gonna hand
he
it over
has
to
me
the analyst
muted,
with
so
Jack Spectre und
he can't
It's written in
pretend
German
like
in the
it's okay.
teleprompter, so I have to say it in German. Take it away.
Thumbs up.
Und Caps im Deutsch, danke schön, Medic. Caps, thank you so much for joining us. Also
Caps
as well, after
interview.
I mean, yeah, you were in front of the desk earlier, so it was only fair that we invite you with the G2 army, of course, as your court here. How do you feel?
If I had the
this
lore
game?
seals,
Pretty easy,
I would
especially the
break
second
my
game?
ankles.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit of thriller. They definitely
That's
wanted to
impressive.
kill me, and I was definitely surprised, so it was a fun one.
How does it feel having a target on your back all the time? Because it feels like when teams play internationally against T1, you want to aim for Faker. In Europe, I feel like people are coming after you all the time.
I mean, it was a bit scary this game.
I saw shoes just like that in a movie recently, where the heel, it's like a very high heel, and then the bottom is red.
I was happy.
Jack,
I thought, wow, I want heels like that.
I mean, I even broke down your game against Fnatic.
And now she's wearing them.
And I think you've been the best mid laner in the league.
One step ahead of me.
Your stats have been really good. But I don't want to just sit here and glaze you. I want to hear, like, what do you
No,
think,
it was from
a
a series.
Like, the top 3 best mid laners in the league right now?
A Netflix series.
Yeah, I mean, I think playing against Kaihu and Poby are probably the hardest.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it is like them specifically as well, because the mid lane is like such a team game as well.
Yeah.
And when you like when you
Oh, they're
get
just
below
gonna bet
3,
on
when
break.
you get like a support coming in mid as well.
Yeah, it's
it definitely
2-0.
makes it hard. But I think they play very well around mid and with mid as well, both teams. So
yeah, you missed the whole series.
If we go against I guess. And I hope we get to play Navi as well, because I think that, I mean, for me, they've been the biggest surprise this year. I played a bit of in-houses with them as well in the offseason, and I thought they were actually quite good.
Really?
And now them showing up, I think they're a big surprise for me.
Do I think he has sweaty palms? I don't know. I'm not there.
I said top 3. So do you not think Jojo deserves to be in that conversation, or?
I mean, I think Koi has been a bit like shaky from my perspective. I mean, he did play very well, I guess, the first game. That's true, but that was also a while ago. So I think from just watching the games, I think those two are like the standouts.
We'll do one game. We'll do one of the cases series. And then
I mean, he was the one who get iced the best
I would
against
go
me, but also
sleep.
TV on a minion, so I didn't make it happen.
Did a Larson.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm doing a podcast
We were
with
talking about Yahoo, and actually he's about to take the stage with Casey
the
for his
other
very first playoff game.
co-streamers.
We've mostly seen the guy on
think I'm
Azir,
streaming
especially in
it
best of 1 games. He
here.
had a pretty good Galio as well,
And
if I'm not mistaken.
there's an official
I think we saw him on Rise as well. But how do you rate him as a
something like
player,
that.
and what makes him strong specifically from what we've seen?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've also like mainly seen.
I'll
the
do
best
it
player
live.
of the game as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm anyways so week late.
But
What
I
time
think
is it in
they
Europe
are
now?
just very
18?
good at, like,
19?
finding windows. Like, for example, this game as well, right? Like we played. It's a lot about finding windows to like cover when they want to gank, or like finding your own ganks as well. And they are usually quite spot on that. And
18.
then there's like the small times you like bluff and stuff. Like you pretend like people are there, and I think he's very good at pressuring.
Okay.
And we'll see how it goes, I guess, if we face them, or
Does
how
it
they
start
do
at
today.
18 or 19? I don't
But,
remember.
We were expecting that today maybe would be a one-sided game for you guys. How do you rate the second game we're gonna have? KC versus GX. KC being the first team in the standings in regular season. GX, they were second until they were
But
seventh.
19 on
So, like,
Discord.
yeah.
Okay, then it's
Still
19.
the Scrim Gods? Are you still ready?
I mean, we see the scrim
But
GX,
I'm
they
used
might
to
just
being
show
up
up,
late
but
now.
I would put my...
So it's
like, I'll
fine for this
definitely
week.
think, KC is the stronger team, just from what they show on stage, but I think GX, they always have like the surprise, right?
Okay, very
This one
political
sucked a bit
answer. I
hard on
appreciate it.
Thursday,
Closing
but
words that we have here on
that's
G2.
fine.
This was the fastest game we had in LEC versus 24 minutes, 26 seconds. We were talking about, yeah, you guys can upload. That's really nice from them. There you go. We were talking about G2 and the slow start you had to the season. I was talking to Dylan. He was like, we're not worried. We're going to scale. We're going to ramp up. What happened between regular season and this series? Because that was vintage G2.
It's G2's podcast.
I think we still
with
definitely have like some
quick
things we
shots
need to work on. But
and
I definitely think that
other
this
people.
year everyone has like speaking their mind more and really like
It's
putting themselves out
basically
there
an
and saying more what they
esports
need, and
podcast.
it's helping us improve. I still think it shows a lot of things
gonna
like,
talk
to
about
improve, I guess.
League of
But
Legends.
sometimes when you know more, you realize
and
that
Yeah.
there's a big
LEC.
gap in like what you need to do, right? So for now, we have many things we need to work on, and I'm just excited to get to
Maybe
play
they're
again.
Something
doing.
that I often hear about you year after years is that as
guests
as long as
as
Caps
well.
is
I
having
don't know
fun
yet.
and enjoying the game, G2 is gonna do well.
But yeah,
so you being the
it
clear
would be
player of
nice
the
if
series
people
today,
are there.
how much are
I
you
guess.
enjoying the game right now, guys?
Thank you. I mean, those 2 games were very fun. I think especially the second one. It's always like a game of cat and mouse. You
I
know, they
could
were
have just
chasing
done a
me. I
recorded
was running
segment,
most
but
of the time,
I thought
my team was there for me.
it would
so I
make more
appreciate it.
sense to do live. I feel
I
like
mean,
it's
I
kind of
agree. I
awkward
think you've
to
had a
just put it on
fantastic
video,
split and a fantastic
pre-recorded.
game. And
Kind of
yeah,
uninteresting.
Yeah?
I'm happy with
You're
your
happy.
performance.
That's great. You're happy. The fans are happy. Caps, you're happy as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. Best of luck in
So
the
I
rest
want
of
to.
playoffs. We're gonna take a
I
break
want to
here.
be
We're gonna be back
proactive or
in a couple
something
minutes. You know it. It's gonna
like
be KC
that.
versus GX. Stay tuned.
Okay, KC GX. Let's watch one game. Tomorrow we're ordering food again, by the way. What should we order? Something spicy. Spicy food. I'm not gonna order fried foods, because I had fried food yesterday. I don't know what I want to eat, otherwise I would not ask.
Wait, is he switching lanes?
Is he switching lanes? Curry. Yeah, maybe curry. No pizza. First of all, pizza in Korea is not tasty. Second of all, I don't want to eat like fatty food. Indian curry. I was thinking curry, like Korean curry. Like something curry-ish. Okay, something similar to curry. It doesn't have to be named curry. When I think curry, I just think of something with spice in a sauce. That's it. With the protein. Oh, I hate this ad. It hurts my brain. Let's look at the Kopang. Kopang. Near me. What if I order a stew? Sundeguk. Could order that. That sounds tasty. Stop saying McDonald's. They say it just rage with me. Yuke-chan. Let me Google that. Maybe. You don't know how bad I wanna time out you right now, Miguel. Is it troll to go plated steel caps on Tristana? I don't know, I don't play AD anymore. But if you're into full AD comp and you have to jump in and comp play max range, then it's probably fine. But you don't crush it then. I think I'll go for Sunday. It's so tasty. Let me save this door. I mean, it's not this big, it's more like this big. Yeah, I'm not a disgusting fast food encourager. I would rather not eat at all than go to McDonald's. Unless you're there for like breakfast, because then you can buy coffee. And you can buy like their sandwich, I guess, if you're really hungry.
Best bot lane in EU. He said it himself. He completely ruined your setup as well.
Do they put toys in the bag? Probably, if you buy the Happy Meal. Yeah, I'll order soup tomorrow. Didn't you get sick last time? Yeah, the last time I had like an actual meal at McDonald's, I threw up later that night. Like I was going to a party and I couldn't even drink alcohol there because I was feeling so sick from the food. So I had to throw up before eating. No, I had to throw up before drinking, which actually makes no sense, but I felt so much better after. Yeah. Tteokbokki is Korean fast food, yeah.
First of all, it's a losing bot lane, right? You have
it's basically rice cakes and sauce.
At level 6, and then you can look to all in, but you're gonna be getting pushed in early. I think
but yeah, fried chicken is popular.
Now I'm more like it's alright, but I would really like to see something.
I mean, I didn't eat after that.
That's what I feel like Noah's been really good on, and I think it would be just like a statement game.
I didn't drink that much either. It was a while ago now.
Like Nico for Jun or something that has a little bit more.
Any of the fried foods, yeah. I mean, jjajangmyeon is fast food here, no? Is it not considered fast food? I know it's Chinese, but.
I think Nico is obviously a pretty ideal option, but I think they should just recognize that the overall picks that they can succeed with, because of kind of how reliant GX are on them as a bot lane, is going to be relatively smaller than KC. KC's bot lane is great, but they can give them.
Okay, I'm gonna do an ad break now before the game starts.
They can play Jhin and still be fine to have a hyper carry somewhere else, and that really doesn't feel like it's been the case for GX.
Koreans consider most Chinese foods to be fast food for some reason. Maybe. Because the most popular ones are very quick to make. That's my assumption. I only know of jjajangmyeon being very popular. The oil content, yeah. Chinese food is oilier.
I don't know why, but I feel like I'm a KC hater, even though I like want this team.
But yeah, when I order foods here, if I don't order like bibimbap or seafood, it doesn't feel healthy to eat because everything is so sweet and a lot of foods are fried or it's like noodles.
Let's just see if whose brain pays off here, if it's the Jack Monkey brain or not.
Maybe I'll eat bibimbap tomorrow. But I'm trying to order things that are closer to me now so I can walk there instead of having someone pick it up for me.
Yes, we do have Hans Sommer with us. Thank you so much for joining us after your great performance in the last.
Especially during
what do you think about these bot lanes? Do you think one of them is favored? Do you think they have
holiday
clashing styles, anything like that?
There's not a huge healthy restaurant culture in Asia. I mean, people eat out a lot here. It's very common compared to Europe, where it's super expensive to go to restaurants.
For me, I think they have a maybe like similar playstyle. They like both supports look for.
Yeah, you can buy microwave hot dogs.
Plays like really good plays. They also have a similar champion pool, I think. And yeah, I think, but I would put it, you know, I would, I think.
But yeah, my strat, now that I'm not eating in the office because of holiday, has been for lunch I'll drink a coffee and I'll have 1 or 2 rice balls.
Our performance wasn't
and then I'll order dinner.
It's obvious, but we'll come back stronger, way stronger. Playoff started.
Because that way, at least I know how many calories I had for lunch, and then I don't have to worry about how much I eat for dinner. Or like about eating too much at dinner, because I'll probably not reach an ideal calorie count anyway.
Will actually take second pick because it's like, oh well, we can kind of trade for a jungler and a mid laner, or you know, actually get a good trade on that second side. And there's not really any pick.
I also like the Kimbap more, but if you're buying it at 7-Eleven, then the triangles are tastier than the Kimbap because they're drier. Like the Kimbap is too dry at 7-Eleven. Like there are Kimbap places around me, but they're closed right now.
There's perspective are, but for sure having like
1500 one more for Kimbap also. Yeah, but there's also more in the Kimbap, so plus 1500 won is less than €1, no? Or is it €1? I think it's less than €1. It's less. You ate the communist or? Oh, okay.
I think it's still an OP pick for sure. Most people are picking Jhin into it, so it makes sense if they really want to force the Varus ban here.
If you do ban the Varus though, which they don't actually, so gonna give the Varus across, or do you have the higher priority on the Rumble? The only thing for KC is when they've taken the Varus,
Price first pick.
Get their hands on things like the Jace as well and run that.
What are they gonna answer into that? Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's better.
So right now after the Varus first
Ezreal?
Yeah,
Ezreal? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Jarvan Orianna.
I mean, Jarvan Orianna very good at making the mobile carries miserable. So, and then again, if you do want to end up going for the Jace as well here, I think then you've got good tools.
Yeah, sometimes when I order for the, I like look at it and I think, oh, it's so expensive. Ah, it's 25,000 won. But then it's actually like 14 euros.
Going Jace into a Jarvan and a potential Bard on free, so.
And then I don't feel so bad anymore.
And then the Galio to add a little bit of protection onto the Varus if he does get dived on. Makes a lot of sense. Giant-X looking towards their AD carry.
They went Ezreal anyway.
Will lock that in. Gives himself a little bit of range to try and match Varus's range, but perhaps not quite as much damage as the Varus.
Yeah, not many people are actually going Ezreal into Varus. It's like known to be a Varus favorite. But maybe they have a plan to mega pressure the Varus in any case.
I mean,
if it's just 1v1,
have a plan.
yeah, I just hope, because if it's 1v1,
Ezreal just looks like he's gonna be able to free hit.
Win it, like slowly.
What is it about the Varus
but
Ezreal matchup?
If he has no target to free hits, I guess it's fine.
So when you get here,
I think GX can take one game.
Before, it's like very easy
yeah, I predicted 2-0 for KC, but I also agree with you.
Anyway, when he gets level, like level 4, level 5, the only upside for Ezreal is to play on the first 3 waves, because you should.
Do you not watch esports, Wiki? Did you not just watch the stream?
It gets harder and harder, and mid-wave as well.
Is there something you'd pick as a support as Giant-X here to try and guarantee some of that early pressure?
Are you pretending to be stupid?
No, I think you don't have to like play a support champ that is really good level 1. I think you just have to play.
Sometimes you say very questionable things.
Like a Bard, I don't know if you ban it. Or
may I ask how old you are before I'm rude to you?
Cassante removed by KC, trying to get rid of some of the safety of Lot in the top lane, who I think it has been a point of weakness.
This is the new G2 hell. Yeah, I'm playing right now. This is actually pre-recorded.
Concerning for Giant-X when you're matching up into that.
And it's something that KC have done extensively throughout the split, is securing strong pushing bot lanes and then getting that counter pick for Kana in a position where he's just able to isolate the lane. They put a ton of tools then into trying.
You know, I would pick Orianna here.
Position where it's comfortable, but we can see for Giant-X on the offside.
So it makes sense.
Yeah, the bot were expected. I would expect them to ban it. I think maybe they have to play something. I mean, they have to play some sort of peel, but they can also go for the Nautilus because
has been banned out by Giant X.
Oh, actually,
yeah.
I didn't see.
We do that all the time.
Okay, so it's like even better bot game. But maybe they go Alistar.
Yeah,
they've been playing it like 4 times so far.
Yeah. I like both comps. Okay, I don't love Bard.
If you're looking for peel, you can also go to things like, I mean, the Braum.
I'm sure you've already been asked what to think about the Chrono breaking with Talbot's man Koi. Did they go public with exactly what the bug was? Because when I watched, and from what the caster said, I thought the bug was that the Talia ult was delayed on where Talia was on the ult. And if that's true, and that's why the Chrono break, then, I mean, if that led to Corki getting that, like, triple kill, then
that extra engage
I think it's
like reach the virus because you don't want the champion
valid.
to poke you all the time in the setups of
she went down off the wall without him pressing anything.
The top side though, and he's saying that he doesn't always feel like he's in the best position just the moment when it comes to the tanks. Obviously, Kazanti and Signer are gone, but because you have to
if she presses on my way or using R, she exits R early.
Where oftentimes these manaless champions like Renekton and Rumble
wow, that's annoying.
Really awkward positions where you don't have the mana you need to try and combat that push. So oftentimes you just attack the mana.
But yes, I think it's a legit Chrono break.
Like that. So obviously it's great for the team composition, but I think Lot will struggle here.
I mean, they did the exact same play after, and Corki died. So
let's say you're playing the Giant X side as the bot lane. Are you calling for a lot of jungle pressure? Like,
can they see keys pressed? Yes, for sure. They can track everything. Loshina 2023, 2024 creativity is dead. Welcome to LEC.
In the lane, they should just get pushed, right? I think the most
welcome to Tier 1.
The situation on mid is because
where no one is exploring.
On the arena, or just wants to play the lane slowly, like keep poking and stuff. So I think
and meta is a must.
See if Jun and Busio agree and head down towards that middle lane.
Watch LPL and they draft Nafiri top. Nafiri China is crazy. Do they prio Sahin a lot in China? Because I see some LEC teams, they go wild with like the Sahin prio and putting more junglers, I mean top laners in the angle. But that's only like 2 teams doing that.
Again, though, this is kind of what Betty was talking about the last game. Like, you so regularly see these junglers passing from.
Is that Orn? That looks like Volibear. What a disgusting skin.
Especially in double range support matchups, the ability to control that bush does give you a lot of pressure. You're stroking your chin there, Hans.
Looked like Malphite. Yeah, it looked like a mix of Malphite and Volibear.
What was the map state?
Bro, I hate the new skins, like even the Galio skin, you know the new Mecha Galio skin, it looks like Mecha Aatrox. It's tilting me a lot. What happened to clarity in skins?
Maybe one of them can look for cheesy level 3 gank mid because there's no...
I think it's straight a strat to have Galio with red chroma with this skin, and you put Aatrox in the same team. With Mecha skin.
So you just have to play sustain and poke.
Bought the new Vigo skin, I can't even tell what I'm doing. Yeah.
Like Rakan has a lot of sustain, so it's
hate some skins because we can't tell if it's red or blue. Same, that's also... But that triggers me more if I'm the one playing Kayn. If I'm against Kayn, at least I can look at the icon.
Using the Rakan Q just to top yourself back up, and then the battle dance for the shield. They are going to get pushed in a little bit for the start.
And I assume that's why you opt in towards the Arcane Commerce rather than the Halo Blades, right? Because it is just about this continuous poke.
I also miss unique skins. Now they just poop out new skins every patch. Before they made... I used to be excited for new skins. I used to track the new skin lines.
Maybe look to one-tap someone at level 3.
And I was like actively searching for leaks. I thought it was so interesting. I know all skins are mid. Wow, that's a solo kill.
Kana running this ignite on the Rumble.
Huge pickup for Kana, and this is what
Very
we're saying, it's not
thankful
the
there's
best
no
time to be on
good
into the
game
matchup, but
changers. They would
Kana
sell zero
punishing
skins
well
with me.
the ignite. Even the first
I would
stock as
sell a
well.
ton of
He's gonna get
skins.
so much gold in this matchup.
Imagine Caltys skin.
Yeah, it's not a feels good.
What champ would I pick?
When your top laner dies,
Cillian.
1v1 lot.
Cillian
1 out of
Caltys.
13 on all
They
in
make
his career.
Cillian
He's won 1
into
game
a
in LEC, and then
Asian
lost
girl.
13 in tiers 2
Suddenly
and
his
3
play
on
rate
EMEA.
pew,
And Kana,
skyrockets.
you can see why so many people rate him as
Everyone
one of the best
would
top laners,
buy.
if not the best top laner. As Jun's caught out after Plaxton Magical Journey talks about that all-in threat. If Jun's caught like that, you can put a lot of damage down as Caltys and Lucio.
I hope they're watching this. Why Asian girl? Because I'm Asian. Hello? Are you stupid? Yeah, my Cillian skin wouldn't wear socks.
I think GX should be. I would expect them to push the first 3-4 waves.
Yeah, the voice lines would. I would do the voice lines. It would be an ultimate. It would be an ultimate skin.
Would you ever run teleport on Caltys? Say you were struggling in the lane. You were
Sometimes it would just say I'm Reem, but it's not actually Reem. It's Caltys.
Get yourself the resets, or do you think Ghost is mandatory?
Time to pig. I smell a femboy. Yeah, those would be the voice lines.
Caltys is playing against Java and Bard, so I would say that he prioritized the Ghost more for late game, mid game, late game survival.
And I would be, oh, I'm getting old. 24.
I guess it scales more. TP is a bit better for lane, but I guess they don't need it this time.
Having a really good laning phase so far, relatively even with Noah and Jun. Both the bot laners will go back and get themselves longswords and tears. The only difference, a refillable potion for Caltys and a potion for Noah. It's the early game going very much in Casey's favor, mostly because Kana was able to get that.
Yeah, the only good new skin is the candy cane, candy something, Cillian skin. Because it's the one I'm using now.
Before getting that extra treat, I believe. So won't hit that extra smite. Yike looking towards this bottom side, knowing that Jun doesn't have his flash.
Why do you associate Gragas with making people pregnant? What's wrong with you? That's a kill.
Well played by Casey.
Yeah, the Cosmic Binding used just before that, so there was no
so
way
far so
to try
good.
And get away from Yike. A nice pickup down on the bottom side. Caltys and Lucio off to a good start.
Oh my god, permaban this one skin,
kind of
please.
Start, really, for the KC bot lane, isn't it, Hans?
Yeah, I think it's really game winning. These things that happen in the early game, now they just have to focus on Dragon with a stronger bot lane, having mid stable. Looks like
I'm rooting for G2. Yay, G2 win.
But I think this is something like KC
in this game, no, not really. I like Yike. He's Swedish. I like Yun.
But then isolating Kana into a really strong matchup with the way the draft is
that's
on as well.
about it. I mean, I like Noah. I like him enough to say that I like him more than not having any opinion at all.
So I think for KC, this is something we've seen from the time again. And I think it's teams to find ways to exploit it or stop KC.
I also like Kanna because he's good at the game.
If you're Ginex, your top lane is losing. Your jungler is on top side of the map. Enemy jungler is getting
I don't really care for any team.
Like, if you were on the Ginex side of
maybe I'm slightly KC favored because of
like, what would your conditions be?
I think you're gonna have to fight back the
Since it found nu gått blir det meta för patches and then went back to the same last February meta. Yep. Remember end of 2024, I did not play Corki. I was like, yo, new season's gonna be so new and exciting. I'm sure Corki will not even be meta. Today Corki is still meta. Varus is still meta.
Will want to try and team up with Isma as he steps forward. Still doesn't have that flash, so he's a little bit susceptible if he goes into the enemy by himself.
I mean, I did play like 40 games of Corki when I realized they were not gonna change meta.
Though, like, at least with Jun on his Bard, I've seen him make some absolute magic happen. And I think that's where I'm hoping that they can start making some plays. Because this, for me, was the battle of the Bards between the two supports. And Jun got in this series.
Youngin meta has gotten worse. They've added more toxic champions. When I say that, I mean Ambessa. Oh, I hate Ambessa. I don't think it's fair that a champion should be allowed to just perma-full clear and then be able to 1v3 in backline, even if she is facing a comp that is disengaged. Like, yeah, I love playing Talia, which is supposed to be anti-dash amp, but if I face Ambessa, I don't counter Ambessa. She will self-stun herself and then she will kill me and my AD carry and my support and my jungler.
But if KC plays well around that, gets proper vision, I think they should be able to just win the game cleanly, because right now it's looking very, very good for KC.
Yeah, Ambessa does not care about anyone.
Well. Thank you very much. Anything you want to say to your fans? We saw someone saying W Hans casting. Anything you want to say to the G2 fans out there before we let you go?
Well, thanks for the support for G2 and looking to make you guys proud for the player runs.
At least you can kite Sahin. You cannot kite Ambessa. You just die.
Hans with someone almost as beautiful. Definitely as witty. And
like, at least if there's a champ like that, make her be a laner and get punished.
I loved his insight, and I loved how he, as politely as possible, said GG go next.
Yeah, it's like, this is game winning.
Obviously, when we get on stage, a lot can happen, but right now, if things go kind of as we expect, KC very much are the favorites in this matchup, and honestly, I was expecting there to be more of a...
Sen is only broken if you're facing other bruisers.
Just being a concede just due to a really nice gang from Yike, so...
But yeah, I also don't like him. I don't love him, but at least he doesn't dash into all of my carries and there's no counterplay.
Couldn't really follow up on it at the Void Grub, so KC able to push Giant X off the Void Grubs, they get 2 as well, so objective...
If you're a Sembla hater, just don't eat Sembla. I remember you guys ranting about hating it, and then you still buy it and eat it and complain. Just eat it with a fork and a knife. It's like eating burger. Okay.
And Jun slams the meat into the face of Caltys. Giant X found the play even though it looked like it wouldn't materialize.
Caltys thought he'd have enough with the ghost to be able to escape.
You know, you're allowed to use a fork and a knife. And eat it in pieces, you know.
Predict the trajectory of the Ezreal ultimate, and he thought that, as you rightly said, with the Ghost, he'd be able to just walk scot-free. Doesn't commit that flash, still holds on to it, and that ends up punishing him. So, good play from GX. They need to be finding these type of plays, these outplay opportunities to get some gold back on the map, and a little bit more control after what has been a strong KC early game.
I think the risk for Caltys there as well is if he does flash...
Every time I get serious on Vigo, yeah, but Vigo is a melee bruiser. Zayn is just the counter to all of those. No. And fuck Vigo, I face Vigo every game, I feel like. Well, it's not about Vigo, it's about Vigo players. Vigo players are so annoying in Korea. Top looks very unfun for Ornn. When you get his resets, you do more damage on his form. Aha, okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, I mean, that's depends, I guess.
Like, he has Ignite up. I thought that he would make the choice that, you know what, I'm gonna die.
You grabbed a spoon. How are you gonna use a spoon? Would you eat a burger with a spoon?
Right now, as far as I can tell,
I think this is a skill issue, and you're taking it out on Sembla. Like, it's kinda cringe, and you should be ashamed.
Yike, though, sets its sight on the second dragon of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Yahoo's been doing a great job of controlling mid, kind of wave up when it comes towards the CS, and been able to give windows for Yike then to play through.
You can't. What?
Honestly, KC.
Now you're just baiting. Now you're rage baiting me.
Very well in the across the map. Like, everything is kind
I
of
will not get rage bait.
Giant X looked for the cross map and trying to make something happen topside, but just wasn't able to materialize.
KCB so good about.
Let's look at Yaki's build and flame him. I better see a torch. I better see a torch. A goddamn torch in that inventory.
Very high as well.
It's only short to Na'Vi.
Only short to Na'Vi, as you say.
Okay, thank God.
2 Drakes at 12 minutes. With an Ocean.
Guess we're not flaming him.
Cloud Soul for them. Rakan will be licking his lips. It's like, as a Rakan, you will love a good Cloud Soul whenever you can get it. And kind of hate it.
Yeah, amen.
Extra movement speed can be a little bit tricky to play around. KC so far showing us why they are the first seed coming out of the regular season, as they are in a very strong position early in this game. 2K ahead. First items being completed. So Zeke
Bro, my realist were like, oh, I hate this so much. It's so annoying. And then does it.
For Jun to try and get away from some of that CC.
League player coded, oh, I hate this game, queues up.
Obviously that can be used on Yahoo's taunt as well, but usually if Yahoo's taunting you, you are about to be clipped by a lot of crowd control.
Right is trying to fix it. Are you in screams right now?
For a second, I'm glad I double checked, but for some reason in my head, Mikhail's
Oh no, Shina, you're giving me like nightmare flashbacks to you talking about drafts. When you say you're still thinking about the drafts. You should have heard my Pike rant last game.
It can also just cleanse the taunt, which is also just as valuable. So a lot of
uses, arguably more valuable.
Yeah, yes. Guaranteed rather.
Yeah. Or less serious, I mean.
Absolutely.
You're watching Chris this game?
Right now, we're mainly just waiting.
Okay, I thought you meant this match.
Happy to just farm up, get what items they can, because with the Herald spawning in about a minute 10, neither team is eager to force anything ahead of that.
Yeah, I think for Giant X though, you have to put resources into protecting Jackie.
Yeah, go to the
Lucio
office.
And Yike with push on mid, who can easily start to move down towards his bottom side. And that's why you can see Jun basically sitting as a third ward in this bottom side.
You can watch Chris this game after this. I'm not gonna stream more after this game.
Or you can use that Mikhail's if you really needs to, but
good luck for Caltys here. Yeah. Caltys ordering that, doesn't know Jun's.
What?
Oh.
That looked so silly.
I don't know what Jun was meant to do in that situation.
Two best bards in this game.
I mean, yeah, he just kind of missed everything, didn't he? He was standing in a warded bush, but the control ward was denying KC vision, which is why he could stand there for as long as he did.
Okay.
Didn't land the slow, could have started with the auto. Decided against it. Another Cosmic Binder going wide as Yike and Bucio clear out the vision. Cataclysm coming in. They're looking for the shockwave.
The certain adventure, I don't feel like I'm doing about routes. Insert art. Alright.
I don't understand why you're starting that fight.
I mean, Luxed carries pretty strong.
Got interrupted by Bucio, so they couldn't get out. So I think the idea was lock them down.
You know, I've been saying all along it's a flex.
But Bucio, with the grand entrance, just denies him the exit.
Yeah, Bucio was super impressive.
Are you teamless now? What do you even do? Do you just do... What do you even do? What do you do in the day?
Keep your eyes on Bucio here, because the ulti will come through from Isma. I agree that the positions weren't really in place, but that
Isma got cucked.
Stop Isma from getting out. He's forced to flash. His E isn't off cooldown, so his only choice really is to go for another knockup, but there's not much else that they can get. Good collapse from KC, but an overforce from Isma, which results in a Herald secured and another advantage for KC.
Another objective for KC, 2,500 gold there.
Okay, serious chilling.
And with next Drake up in a minute's time, expect to see them making a beeline for the bot side of the map. Soon see those role quests all completed on either side. For Giant X, you know, you've still got a few tools in your toolkit, but it's going to be tricky in these next moments. Perhaps with Lot there, you'll have enough.
LVP 2, I see.
3,000 gold behind
Spanish League.
This, what has basically been a pure 1v1 for the majority.
Good luck, soldier.
For Giant X, you have to look for cross maps, but Casey we kind of battling the cross map first, or denying access to the cross map, and then going for the play. Like when Dragon spawned, Giant X tried to make a play top, kind of nearly killed Lost. That play fizzles. Now we get the play of, oh, you want to try and maybe do something around bottom side, but Casey attack there first, then go for the Rift Herald. And I think that's why they've just been so successful in securing.
Oh yeah, LVP was having a lot of
what their opponent wants to do and just nullify
administrative concerns.
KC of as much vision as possible. Good little bit of poke will come through. The Celestial opposition going to help to mitigate that.
What even happened with our spots? Did it just disappear?
Walk their way back into the river, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Yike right behind Bucio. That jungle support synergy working in tow.
TP from Lock.
Very early TP.
Well, Kana had first move from top side, reset, and just walked through mid. So realized it didn't need to be here pretty soon.
The downside though is that shield, it lasts a long time. It's like 30 seconds.
They could have asked if someone would take it over. Not that I would have, because I'm here.
Take advantage of that unless they force a fight in the near future. And it seems that.
Okay, Isma was recalling down towards the bomb side. Sorry, I thought he was going to finish his recall. Decides against it.
What's happening here?
Yahoo, who did just go in with the Justice Punch. The Drake begun. Yahoo flashes away.
Can they kill him in time?
Stands at the edge of it. Quarter of the Forge got being used as well as they try and catch out Yike.
They used two ults for this.
Get the shutdown, but the rest of KC are beginning to collapse. Jackie's flashes away, and Isma is just left in the
Oh, using Q animation. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a disaster. Noah, maybe? Noah, go, go, Noah, go, go. Yeah, this is over.
Will go to an early grave. Noah and Jackie's the last two standing here for Giant X. Noah does not have the flash, has the cleanse. Kana lands the harpoon.
Better turn my PS from the NLC. I would have disagreed 1 week ago, but NLC is just getting worse and worse from what I'm hearing.
Did so much damage in the second half of that fight.
Same for LFLs, but could have played both barrels. Oh.
Yeah, this was a little bit of bedlam because Yahoo didn't.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, if G2 were given that spot in LFL, couldn't they just have given it to a player? Or a group of players of us? Like, I was very confused when I heard about one of the spots going to streamers.
Jungler down for KC might mean they need to back away from the Drake. It's sole point for them if they can take it. Busio has the quickness back up, Chain of Corruption as well.
Like, they just gave it to co-streamers to build a roster. That didn't really make sense to me.
Chain of Corruption has to be flashed away from. The Drake still stands. As KC and Giant X are just landing punch after punch.
It's getting scrappy here on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah.
Rumble has just pushed in that bottom side, so Kana maybe looking to group up now at KC. And Giant X feeling a little less confident as Kana makes his way.
Because if one spot normally would have gone to G2, I think it would have made more sense to do like a 2 or 3 player rule and ask if they still wanted it.
I mean, he's extremely strong on this Xin Zhao. You can see how much damage he is dishing out.
But yeah, whatever, it's over now.
Got shifted because they wanted to fight for more. They thought that they could actually go for a bigger fight rather than set up around the dragon. And maybe they worried about the poke. But we look at Yike here and look at how quickly he just melts Jun. Decides to go for the engage, knows that Jarvan can't really do anything.
Yeah, G2 stomped. Updates and new game changers. I've heard nothing, but I'm also not in any female team right now, so I don't get any of the gossip. I'm an outcast.
Just before the replay, Jackie's TP to the top lane, which meant that Giant X were just giving up on the Drake. Anyway, with Yike back out, will be sole point for KC.
Wikipedia is gone. What?
That one still big leads for Yike and
Yikes. Yikes, I get it.
Kana's lead has shrunk a little bit after Lot was able to pick up a kill in
That's
the
concerning.
last sequence. He has the Kainic Rukan upgraded with that masterwork. Lot will start giving out more upgrades throughout the course of.
I mean, surely they will not just discontinue game changers without a statement, without saying anything, right?
Get him scaled up as Jun and Isma look for a little bit of a blue invade. Yike's going to keep the blue aggro for as long as possible. Isma then starts it up himself. Kana down towards the bottom side, doesn't have TP, but the blue's still secured for Case.
Yeah, I think Giant X basically trying to pull into this top side because Kana doesn't have TP.
If they do that and also silently make a lot of female tournaments, French,
like, I think Giant X could have used that time way more valuably to try and take that top lane turn,
what's it called?
On towards Yahoo with the man advantage. But now they just have to reset
Limited to French players, I will actually lose my mind.
Yeah.
Like, he's very happy. It's like, oh
I'll
God,
be really angry.
and now it's back. Has that Seekers
Not because I'm dying to play it, but that's would be.
And an amplifying tome instead. Meanwhile, on the top side, Yahoo continues to push in. A lot of pings coming out from Giant X in the vicinity of him.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I think I think Jackie's, does he get us?
Tournament, not team.
I was about to say, he might just get the
Maybe it's a for fun tournament.
Would have made it even worse for Giant
I mean, they're bound to be for fun only if they're doing resident only.
I have a great appreciation for Gallios that do incredibly well in terms of their
It's a bit counterintuitive to do President plus gender limits on tournaments.
Coming out with the flame splitter as well. Lot did a really good job of dodging the initial CC. He's going to try and get down to this blast cone, but he can't get there in time. Kana takes the kill. Yahoo forced away towards this top side, but in the end, he didn't have to burn anything. He just walks away.
The organizers do that because they have to for sponsors, or are they just
cross-map though, because Jackie's is going to get a huge influx of securing this tower. Assuming he can secure it, Jarvan decided not to stick around.
Scammers.
Who's going to thin out. Who's going to return to this top lane. And so ultimately that should be a net win for KC with the goal that they've gained. They've got good vision coverage around the bot side as well. They hold on to this mid pressure that they've had pretty much for the entirety of the game. And while the Dragon is still 2 minutes away, it's limiting the options that Isma does have. He's always got to be cautious about moving into that bot side jungle.
Yeah, I think that's where, if you can force pick for KC, this thing is significantly easier. And Rumble, again, has just been free farming this entire time. A 2k gold lead for himself and Yike as they continue to push in on this bottom side. And now it just becomes a case of, like, how much can you slap them with the wallets? Because your top lane is
very big regression in Erels and Timmelsin right now.
Just before this Dragon. But still, KC are in a very good spot when it comes to items for this fight in a minute and a half.
Yeah, Caltys 3 items. Like Yumu's Edge of Night and Manamune.
Good luck when you come back, Caltys.
He's going to poke absolute ton. If he can clip onto Jackie's or no one, those will be his key targets. Even Ismo as well. Not too tanky with the Sundered Sky and the Black Cleaver.
You think he gets it?
Kana just sneaks the tower under Lot's nose. Does manage to secure it. Drake up in a minute. You see a little bit of vision down there from Giant X. A couple of pings coming out.
There's a newsletter article with a picture of what? Why?
Has the unsealed spellbook, exhaust, and flash on it.
Link me.
And for Giant X, it's like, how do you actually navigate a fight to win against KC when they are this far ahead? Because it's a 5k lead.
KC get hit by.
This game is one interesting. It's just a KC show.
Hits 5 people.
It's the 3
Jarvan hits 5 people.
What about you?
And then On could hit 2 people. That's fine, as long as
those are the only 2 left alive.
On the way back, it then hits 5
gotcha.
people.
And what if Jun hits 5 people before that?
Yeah, that's the problem.
That could ruin everything. We could calm down, Jun. Okay, let's.
I think competing is fun. I'm still later if there's anything to compete in.
And then everything would come together, right?
So
the question is more, do you really want to like this? Put that much time, energy, and effort into being a part of something that doesn't care about you.
That's your tank, by the way.
So of all the ways this fight could have gone, that is not how I expected things to play out.
The Force God didn't hit 5 people. That was
wow, big Caltys picture.
It's, you know,
the way I interpret what just happened was GX realized Yahoo was hitting the bot tower. So they say, we need to go and deal with this. Half the team starts walking towards it. Lot is still in the mindset, hang on, they're 4 versus 5. We can actually fight here.
I don't know, to me, if there's a female tournament that says, oh well, we only want players from this country, to me it tells me they don't care about you. It's basically saying, oh well, we care about women, but only women from our country. We don't give a fuck about you if you're not one of us. And
we have had only 2-0s so far in LEC versus playoffs.
Yeah.
Looking to make it. I mean, both teams are looking to make it 4 out of 4. But Jackie's gonna try and TP away. Harpoons are gonna hit, and he does manage to get to his Nexus towers. About
Years me for sure. Swedish esports is not that big as well.
Look at where he is right now, okay? He's always either here or doing it in the top side jungle. It feels like that he's always ready to fight.
It's not a real organizer, it's a newsletter. Yeah, but the most tournaments for women are gonna be like that, since there is no real structure in place.
So nice if he'd done that. Would have been really cool. Didn't know where anyone was. We knew where everyone was.
This man's forward percentage is really nice to see, because it's just that extra bit of pressure that you're always having to
It's hard for me to...
he starts 2 wards up. That's crazy. You'd think that being this deep, you'd just be dropping wards non-stop.
What's the word?
but he's still got plentiful supply.
His forward percentage is really high, didn't you?
Yes.
Support something that...
Tower secured in the bottom lane. Another huge gold injection for KC.
Excuse me?
They're in a very powerful position. GX are basically hoping for that overstep, that one good team fight to give them a chance back in this game.
Now we're going for Endless Hunger third on this Ezreal, looking for that bit of Omnivamp, if he can find it in the ability haste that comes with it.
Difference between Valorant and LoL is crazy, yeah.
Ezreal, but needs a bit of sustain where he can get it.
I mean, most of the time it's been French tournaments, not Spanish ones. Because this one is Spanish, right? And also the fact that it makes individual player value difference.
Yeah, Yahoo overextended a little bit. Bit desynced with KC.
Like, great, I'm worth less now because I'm not from this country.
That much on the bottom side, you kind of need to force the Baron instead. So it means that Yahoo burns his flash, and now KC can actually get the ring sets in. So kind of wonky on the timing there.
A little bit unfortunate. Because as you're rightly saying, if a Jarvan is on the bot lane, you would immediately start Baron. But if your whole team's plan is, bro, I want to go to base, like that's maybe we don't.
It just triggers me. It's always triggered me.
He's now grouping up with the
I think you know that.
Yeah,
at least they stopped doing that last year.
He's a sneaky trickster. How he's navigating through the fog of war. Yeah, he's doing it again. He's like, yeah,
but it literally makes orgs unable to sign players because they don't know if they need certain residency.
Okay, Arcane shift in the right direction.
Is it enough?
Yikes, still chasing him. Busio's there for the chase as well.
And that's cringe.
Arcane shifts away. Overall, just very difficult for Giants to step out on the map right now. You are looking for KC to make a mistake, to tread where they don't belong, but they have so many tools to get out. Like Busio, the reason you can do this is you have a can't, right? You can jump, you can dash, you can get a mile away.
It's fine though. I'm over it.
Doesn't connect onto Isma, which is
I'm living my solo queue life right now.
The bosun's ear there.
Watching this very uneventful game.
Anything in the river. Baron now going to be started by Yike. Observers once again highlighting for us how little GX can see, whereas KC see absolutely everything. They have full information as to where their opposition is. Noah, kind of in no man's land right now, has to be cautious of how he approach. The Baron down to about 60% HP now.
You have to be careful where your position.
I think at this point it's more likely I would play in an IRL team than in a female team.
KC will just get access to the tower.
Smart little bait play there by KC. I'll get access to this mid lane tower. They'll be able to take it down.
Soloq does not give me that desire to play.
Reset again, get your vision back.
Being in Korea helps.
Yeah, I really want to emphasize how good that play was, simply because what they did was they suffocate all your vision in this area, right? They remove all of this info.
You're drawing really well there, Eddie. Yep.
They remove all the information there. They force GX to have to enter through this top side, and the moment that they do that, you peel off and you push mid. And the concept seems really simple, but the steps in order to set
you're also playing a role that's completely different than
comp. Easy to do, and KC just make it look simple. They get another tower completely uncontested.
And also Busio just hit on mid, which meant that it was basically impossible for Giant X to really know where he was, so they had to group up, or else it'd be very easy for them to get them picked. And I think it gives more credit to kind of what Betty was saying earlier on about how Busio, like where he thinks about his position on the map, is what makes him so successful. Like even here, just finding these small windows in the Rakan where he can
sneaky man.
Oh, Yike's gonna jump into Jackies, who has to flash away. The piercing out. Busio flashing forward with the quickness as well as the hero's entrance following up, and Jackies
looks playable for GX.
By Yahoo. Noah trying to jump away. Callista's on the chase. Noah will
this whole game has just looked like KC are making GX bleed, and they are starving them and making them suffer.
And they're gone. KC immediately jump onto Giant X, and now with the wave on bot lane, the base will be cracked open.
Maybe with NLC being a shit show, a team will actually want me.
I don't know if they even want to go for it.
Just an exceptional execution game from KC. Their macro was at an extremely high level this game from start to finish.
I hate that it's my region too, because I of course want to play in my own region.
Getting rooted up underneath his Nexus Towers. Busio looking for the knockup as well. Lock goes down. Jun stands for a second, but the magical journey just sends him to an early grave. KC clean it up again. Jackies will spawn in time to die, with the equalizer down the chain of corruption as well. A piercing arrow through its heart as KC claim game 1.
I don't think GX
Okay,
got a
well,
single team fight.
looks
Like,
like a
I think it was
2-0
just
to
pick
me.
After pick after pick, KC punishing
Looks
the
like a
positioning
2-0
of
to
GX.
me.
Phenomenally done. We'll see if they can continue that as we go to a quick break.
I'm gonna
See
go to my little room and sleep now. But yeah, Shina, at least we can say that we were there when it mattered. Oops. We were there when it mattered. It's gonna be a while before there's a bounce back in lower region and women's scene. Okay guys, I'll stream tomorrow at around same time, and then I'll do the podcasting around this time. So bye bye.
What's wrong with me today? I think you should have a break.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.